Am I late? My bad. Welcome to the stream, everyone. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Brayathorn. So happy to see y'all here. What's going on? Man. So I'm at odds with myself right now because my sleep schedule has been messed up for a long time. It's a number of factors that come into that. But being a full-time content creator doesn't help. My chronic fatigue syndrome and night owl tendencies. It's kind of a triple combo. So the reason I'm at odds with myself is because I'm going to Computex and it's like flipped over there where it's daytime during the night here. It's daytime over there when it's nighttime here. So over there, I'm going to be a morning person during Computex. That's good. We want that. That's productive Bray. We like productive Bray. So I should not fix it before Computex because then I'm going to be like, I fixed my sleep schedule and then I won't be able to wake up early in the morning for Computex. So it's like, I don't know. Don't know what to do. But yeah, we're here. We're ready to go. Hello. Hello, Steve. Hello, Sailor X. Hello, H. And thank you for your patience, everybody. AJ Cope, welcome. Crash, how's it going? Welcome back. Manzen Cow, how are you doing? Alexander Mike, how's it going? You like turtles? Congratulations. Epic Gamer, awesome channel. No way. What's up? You just got your PC today? That's awesome. Alice Duck, how's it going? Sailor X was here. Let me see. Who was here like really exceptionally early? Steve and Sailor X coming in early, and so was H. Well, actually on time. But you're earlier than me. Loving the jacket. Thank you. This is one that I got from Intel at PAX East 2023. And it's reversible. But I don't usually wear it because brand loyalty is a funny thing. Brands aren't loyal to us, yet we are loyal to brands. What is the deal with that? And it's funny because also Intel totally boned me for quite a while with my main PC for editing completely messing up. But then, of course, BIOS issues and all of that, power profiles, all that stuff. That's what's up. They fixed that one. Have you had a sleep study done, Bray? I don't have sleep apnea. No. I have had a sleep study done. Yes. I have chronic fatigue syndrome. And part of being diagnosed for that is being negatively diagnosed for a lot of other things because there's no way to diagnose chronic fatigue syndrome, unfortunately. Epic Gamer, that is also not how Brayathorn is spelled. Just going to say that. Join the stream. When I joined the stream, it said it started 1 minute ago. Interesting. Well, there were people here. There were people here in the chat because I had put up the stream at around like a little bit before 8. Around 8. And over in Twitch chat, Epochs and Madge, what's up? Kyle Brown, how are you? Hayden Allen, how's it going, buddy? Tiger Lily, welcome. Killer Life 822, hello, I'm new here. I was here early. Awesome. I see you, Space Cowboy. Not usually how that's used, but I do like the usage of that. It's because of this. It's because of Cowboy Bebop. I'm going to say something that's not a hot take. If you don't like Cowboy Bebop, you're wrong. It is the best. One of the best anime of all time. But yeah, so we're going to do this thing where we talk about computers, but first we got to talk about the thing that we've talked about many a times when we talk about computers. With Computex coming up, and I mean, what are we at now? We are, as of yesterday, 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away from Computex. I'm not going to recommend buying a PC if you're at a certain budget or higher and you're interested in the latest and greatest stuff because it's going to be announced there. But if you don't care about that, cool. My job is not to tell you what to care about. My job is to inform you so you can decide whether it matters to you or not. Okay? What's going to be announced there? Very, very likely you're going to have, they're going to be announcing the new AMD CPUs. They're going to be, NVIDIA is not having a keynote during Computex. Instead, they're having it the day before on Sunday. I might even be there for that if I can. Where they're mostly going to talk about AI nonsense, and then, well, it's not really nonsense, I know. They bet hard on AI, and it paid off for them. But they're going to be probably teasing their new GPUs because they just cannot have AMD getting the spotlight on GPUs. But AMD's focusing on CPUs for their keynote. I don't know, man. That's the problem, is I can't tell you anything with any certainty until the time comes. And it could be that AMD announces their new CPUs and then it'll come out for 2 months or something. But we will at least know. We'll know by then. So that's what's important. Knowing is half the battle. And in this context, the other half of the battle is spending money. Probably. Or not spending money, I suppose. But yeah. What's up, Guess a Goblin? How's it going? Only 3 weeks left. 10. Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. Hey, 3 weeks for that, and 3 weeks till Computex. Hydrate. Well, this is not hydration, but this is one of the rare times where I have a soda. Yeah, Epic Gamer, getting closer. Hey, Steve, it's true, though. I mean, however, here's the truth. For everyone who's doing that, who like, I try to give as much context as I can until and I talk until I'm blue in the face. At least I'll match my hoodie. But where does Intel stand right now? Well, if you're like on a medium budget and you want something that can do everything, Intel is actually the better option. Way better. Well, not way better, but they're the better option, okay? For the same price as an 8-core CPU from AMD, you get a 20-core or a 14-core CPU from Intel, which is great for things like compiling code, for content creation. Their QuickSync is great. And AMD's competitor to that, which was supposed to be Smart Access Video with their CPU and GPU combination, well, that came and went like a fart in the wind. Like, we don't really hear about that very often, do we? So, yeah. Doing good. How are you? Tired and wired. That's what I am. But yeah. Everybody will be popping in and out at the stream tonight. Got work, but I'll be watching the VOD. All right, sounds good, Flintlock. Sounds good. Last day is June 7th. That's the last day of Computex. That's crazy. Hayden, I got to tell you, I was never really that happy with math. I didn't really like math much. But had I changed my attitude on that, I would have been great at it. But it was really just a conflict between my creative mind and my analytical mind, which they're always in conflict with each other. Because it's like math. Everything that, well, okay, except for the really crazy experimental theoretical math. Everything in math has already been figured out, and that's unexciting to me. Which is why I like creative endeavors. 5 likes, but 20 watching. Like the stream. Anton, that's a good note right there. Cannot deny that. You speaking facts. You speaking facts. And actually, it's 28 watching, but yeah. Or 30? 30. So for those who weren't here for the Sunday stream, which was a lot of you, you might be wondering what's with the green screen. That's part of production for pre-built, rebuilt. And do not worry, you're still going to get regular Bray. I'm not going too esoteric with the styling of with the theming and styling of pre-built, rebuilt. I'm not going too crazy with it. but it's going to be really helpful for certain things. I want to show you guys something. I'm going to show you all something here real quick. So a good friend of mine, Deb, or Andy the Lab. Andy the Lab is Deb's sort of content creation name and all that. And basically that's named after one of her lovely Labradors, Andy. Is an amazing content creator and actually used to be very active in doing things like car reviews, PC building content, things like that. But has since shifted to doing content production. And this is a person who inspired me immensely when it comes to things like my montages, how I take my B-roll, things like that. And has become a very good friend of mine. You need to follow Andy the Lab on Instagram. You must do so. Please do it as a favor to me if you're an Instagram user in any way, shape, or form. But you're also doing yourself a favor because really, really cool stuff coming from Deb there. But I was mentioning my woes in getting really up close, detailed content of motherboards and components and things like that. And Deb was just like, "Hey, how about I just do you want to borrow a probe lens?" Which you'll see like Harris Heller was talking about using a probe lens to get B-roll for PC building. And yeah, so I'm going to show you this lens real quick. Yeah, it's like that. This right here is one of my sort of longer focal length camera lenses right here, okay? This is a Tamron 28-75 f2.8, and it zooms to 75 millimeters and all that, and I use this for a lot of run and gun shooting. So comparing that, this is the probe lens. I mean, that lens right here on the end, you can get it, like, basically, if you have a PC case and you take off the front panel and, like, whatever, you have a small opening, you can get B-roll of going through that to get shots of the hardware. It's basically like a macro lens that can get into places where you normally can't to get really cool technical footage. And I could not afford one of these, especially not right now, throwing all my money at Computex. But, yeah. Deb was just like, yeah, I'll just lend it to you. Here you go. You don't need to go buy a $2,500 lens. Here you go. What a friend. What a great friend. But I just want you guys to know that the B-roll we're going to be getting, you will have zero doubt what an M.2 slot looks like. What different components of the motherboard look like, just whatever, just little things like that. And we don't need to get a ton of that kind of stuff. It's mostly going to be for fun, for funsies and stuff, intro, things like that. But also, it's going to be to get footage of things that are mentioned but rarely shown. I can't wait. iSonic XE, how's it going? What's up, Angry Beaver? How's it going, bud? I'm on in YouTube also, speaking of views. Thank you, Epoch. I appreciate that. Remember, you guys, if you have if you're watching on a device that can have multiple tabs open, like a laptop or desktop or something like that, and not just your phone or tablet or something, or watching on a TV, you can have both channels up and just mute the one you're not watching. If you go right-click, if you're in Chrome, right-click on the tab and click Mute Site, then the view still counts. And it helps me out. Crash, I did. And it's okay. It's okay. Here's the thing. I don't stay upset about stuff like that at all. At all. If I say my piece, like, hey, that's not really cool to say, and you're like, you know what, I'm sorry. That's the end of the story. And you're totally good. That's it. Like that you have no reason to worry. And as a matter of fact, it can be a good thing when stuff like that happens because it makes you step back and think, maybe the stuff I like isn't the only good stuff. And you'll start being more open-minded about what other people like. And that is awesome because it really helps with interpersonal relationships and social stuff, communicating, things like that. We don't get so caught up in the things that we know because we can never know everything. So yeah, it ends up being a net positive. So really, do not worry about it. I feel like you're a really passionate person, and that's not a bad thing. That can maybe lead you to saying or doing things that might seem a little bit extra to other people. But if it's just the way you are, it's the way you are. And there's nothing wrong with the way you are because it's the only way you can be. And you're welcome here. You're always very positive, which is why, by the way, it stuck out when you were being negative about something, because you generally come off as very positive. So that's also not a bad thing. The fact that you're usually positive about stuff, that's great. That's a great thing. The only thing I would say is that as a very passionate person myself, I'm a very deep feeling person. I get very, very invested in things emotionally and intellectually. I will say it is often healthy to take a step back and assess why it is you feel the way you feel about things, and why you get excited about things, or why you get disappointed by things. Because you cannot expect anyone to understand you if you don't walk about understanding yourself. You know, as best as you can anyway. Well, that was a tangent, but don't worry about it is what I'm saying. You're good. Alexander Mike, I want the upper hand. I don't stream. I just play COD. Should I go for AMD Ryzen 7800X R 3D or i7 14700K? Alexander Mike, the 7800X 3D is usually going to win in gaming. If that's all you're doing, then that's what you get. But if you want an actual full PC, because guess what? If all you buy is a CPU, you're not going to get real far, and you will not have the upper hand. What you will have is a CPU. That CPU needs the rest of a computer around it. You need to have the rest of the computer to be around the CPU, and part of that. It's only one component in, you know, it's you know, it's the ice cream in a PC milkshake. Well, maybe that's the GPU, honestly. It's really not a good metaphor. Whatever. Anyway. I'm on a poor little iPad saving up still. Don't worry, Epoch. That's all good. That's what we're here for. By the way, what's up, humanity? I don't know if I said what's up before, but what's up? Sonic, it's going good. Finally, I have an interview on Thursday. Excited for once. Well, best of luck on that. It's going good, Bray. Angry Beaver, I'm happy to hear that. And I'm also feeling, I rarely wear glasses, but these are just blue light glasses, okay? And they're, but I've been getting really migraine-y lately because of the stress I've been under with trying to get everything going for Computex. Any pre-builds with a 7900 GRE? And Geeks, you're not going to see too many. But yeah, Hoodieman01 says, love the hoodie. Well, we have the authority here stating that they love the Intel hoodie. So that's nice. Thank you. I feel weird wearing an Intel hoodie since I've been mostly recommending AMD lately. But hey, Intel, that's the thing, is Intel will still be a rad system if you get something with, 14600K, 14700K, whatever. Like, me saying, oh, I'm going to go with AMD on this one is just because Intel is getting the EOL on this platform they're on now. That doesn't mean it's a bad platform, okay? As long as motherboard manufacturers chill out a little bit on their power profiles. SJoe B89 says, hello, first-time viewer. What's your thoughts on Intel Arc cards? I think they're great for experienced PC users. Igor, what's up? How's it going, buddy? Igor1980 coming in with 2 gifted subs. Igor, I want you to know something. I worry that you feel like if you don't do that, like we're going to think something's off. Like, just so you know, you're free to come in here and not gift subs. You have gifted 106 subs in the channel. Like, you're good for life. I will be just as happy to see you. I want you to know that. But that's a gifted sub for Kakashi Yang and Mick Loomis. MK Loomis. Is it Mick Loomis or is it MK Loomis? I know, I do it just to show some level. I appreciate that, Igor. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll say something good about Intel to make up for it. If you have a song stuck in your head, play the Intel inside 4 tones. It'll clear out the song like a refresh. Works. That's interesting. I'm going to have to try that. Good thing it isn't Jolt Cola. Bray would start talking faster than Blur from G1 Transformers. Wow, that's a good reference. Samantha 1, welcome. If I didn't say that earlier. And Steve, always good to see you, by the way. and Sailor X. I know I said hi to you guys early, but then I moved on. I'm sorry about that. What is Computex like? How many tech tubers go? Do many tech tubers go? Says Humanity. Over it. Thank you, Humanity, for being in both Twitch and YouTube chat. I appreciate that. And if you guys can't do that, don't worry. I'm not upset about the thing. Okay, so there are some that can't go, that are able to go to domestic events like here in the US, your CES, things like that. Computex is a big deal, and it's very expensive to go. Trust me, I know. I'm dealing with that right now. But most of what I need to book is already booked. You heard that correctly. We're going to Computex. Also, I got approval for my badge and everything, and so did the person helping me out there because, unfortunately, due to certain events, which I won't go into, Cuddles is not going to be able to go. Cuddles is okay, by the way. There's nothing wrong. Cuddles is fine and healthy and good. Cuddles won't be able to go to Computex, but that person I mentioned before, Deb, is going, and we're going to team up on it, and it's going to be amazing regardless. So, of course, much love going out to Cuddles, and he's pretty much like my best bud. So I'm going to miss going to Computex with him. We've been planning this for a very, very long time. But family first, things like that. That's what's important. That's what's most important. And Cuddles is a family person first, and I appreciate that about him. He's a great guy, but he's not gonna be able to go. But we have mostly everything that we need to booked. We got our badges for Computex as media, so we have all access to all things. And it feels really good, like exceptionally good. I did not think that this, honestly, there was quite a while where I was like, this is not going to happen, and I'm going to have to wait another year, which I can do. Like, to be clear, I can do that, but no, this is the time. With the launching of Pre-Built Rebuilt, this is the time to go. Rurutu, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Will Computex be live streamed? A lot of the keynotes and things, yes, will be live streamed, but because of the way we're changing up our approach to content, you can rely upon getting content during the event on our channel, on my channel. You're going to be seeing content from Computex starting probably maybe the day of, but probably the day after. So there'll be a little bit of lag as we go. But as the event is progressing, you'll be getting videos in, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, it's going to be insane. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's absolutely G-Code. I hope you're doing well. By the way, what programs are you generating G-code with, by the way? What are we using for that? Out of curiosity. Where does your G-code generate? What programs are you using for 3D design and manufacturing, I guess? I've been wondering that since I saw your name was G-code. Which was a while back, actually. You've been around here for a little while. Give me just a second. I just got to fix something real quick. Okay, let's test that out. Nope. Why is it like that? There we go. Awesome. We appreciate your support and trust, says Jeff. What's up, Jeff? How's it going? Just came to watch somebody change their maximum budget. I have popcorn ready. Look, there is a social contract going on here, okay? It is a social contract. It is normal. Because most people who come in understand that they get free help and they get roasted if need be, they get roasted. And I'm just doing my duty here as a streamer, because I cannot believe, at first I could not believe how many streamers are like constantly contentious with their chat. And that's not me. You know, I'm friendly with you guys and y'all are supportive and I'm supportive right back. but we also like to mess around. But I'll watch some streamers and I'm like, oh my God, does he hate them? But that's the vibe that they have. With this, like, you're not getting roasted unless you do something that genuinely deserves it. And then there's some roasting going on, and it's all good-natured stuff. The jacket looks better inside out. I think it's a little busy. I like the highlights when you have it like this. I like that it's like the solid blue and then you got the highlights. In fact, I remember when Tech Tesseract was on the Intel live stream where they were doing a couple of builds, Nay had the hoodie like that with the cuffs back like that. I thought that looked sick, but it feels a little uncomfortable for me for some reason. Like it cinches my forearm and it feels a little weird. But yeah, Rurutu asked are you hooking up with other YouTubers yet? We are going to be working on some stuff. Like I'm going to be doing some stuff with PC World. That's going to be amazing. They want to meet up there. They want to grab food. They want to do content. It's great. Adam and the crew from PC World are some of my favorite people. AJ Cope is here for the roasting. Don't be here for the roasting. Be here for the learning and the hanging outs and the good times. And yeah, maybe a little light roasting. It's part of the recipe. It's not the only ingredient. TTV Bush Camp Kid Jr. says, when buying a great gaming PC, $2,500 really means $4,000. I would disagree. I would respectfully disagree. We're not going to need PC builds soon. Mini PCs taking over the world, says Tasteful Thickness. I disagree. The PC is dead has been a thing that certain people have been saying for like, I don't know, 10 years now, 15 years now, and it ain't dead. Thank you, Nate's Gaming. Appreciate that. It is pretty snazzy. I do agree. I can't take credit. I didn't make it. You get what you pay for, says Man Zen Cow. Is in relation to something someone said at some point, probably. Oh, EA Trucking says, hi, can I ask a question? You just did. Then they say, can I ask a question? You did it twice. Evening, everyone. We need a Computex countdown timer. No. I'm already stressed out of my mind. I do not need a freaking countdown to launch happening. No, thank you. I know it could help for knowing that you should wait to buy stuff, but I'm not doing that. I can't do that. Definitely learned a lot as well. Good. You laugh, you learn. Live, laugh, learn. That's the sign I should get. I'm here for free cheese. It's not a string cheese stream. I'm sorry, not today. Max budget and not including vital information. It'll happen. Glad to hear it, Crash. PCs are like Rurutu. PCs are like cars just cause electric came along. And it's faster, cleaner, doesn't mean it will replace gas. Apple won't replace PC. They're not trying to. Apple is not aiming to replace Windows desktops. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind the market share, but they don't want to be just like Windows. That's for sure. The real question is, can you answer a question? I am physically capable of answering questions, yes. Mentally, not sure, but physically, yes. I remember hearing desktops would be replaced by laptops back in 2010. Too much heat for those things to be that reliable. Also, no upgradability. Very little, anyway. Unless you're talking about framework, I guess. With technology getting further in the future, PCs are going to get so much better. Technology won't die anytime soon. I don't know why it has to die. It's not a competition. There's no competing between portable and desktop computers. It's not it's a totally different thing. Like that statement might not age well. That's okay. I'm okay with that. My goal, Anton says, my goal is to see how far I can get under 750 and still do what I want to do. Yeah, that is tough. And at that price point, any extra helps a lot. Like it's substantially more effective than if you have a budget of $2,500 and you add $100. Having a budget of $750 and adding $100 gives you nearly a different PC. It's crazy. Moving over to Twitch. All right, did see that happening. I've been hearing mini PCs, slim PCs, consoles, you name it, are taking over PCs are dead for like 20 years. Yep. There has been a surge in mini PCs, and there have been some really good ones. Actually, Jeff, I was going to talk to you about an idea that I had, but we'll talk about that later. I've been saying actually we need to have a pickup conversation on a couple of things, and I'll probably try to give you a call tomorrow if that's okay, to address a few of those things. But it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Don't worry. And Jeff cosplaying someone new to the stream. I need a PC for 3D scanning and meshing. My budget is 500 or 1,000 or 2,000. Well, whatever. What's up, Dozilla? How's it going? Sailor X posting a pic of the new PC in the Discord. Very nice. Laptops have recently taken a lot of market share from desktops. There's been a big move to mobile computing. But then again, Jeff, remember during the pandemic, everybody wanted desktops, and then the shortages happened. Imagine if we hadn't had the shortages during that time, it would have been the opposite statement. And waves like that will happen back and forth. They shall wax and wane. Just let me download myself into a computer. Is that up to me? Do I get to let you or not let you do that? Has it been up to me all along? I don't understand the market for mini PC when laptops exist. Well, it's because people don't necessarily want because laptops are more expensive because you have to have everything integrated. Your screen, your keyboard, your touchpad, all of those things. And with a mini PC, all that can change. All that can be changed. The problem with laptops is repairability. It's a major problem with laptops because once your screen breaks or is obsolete or whatever, what are you going to do? That's the screen for your laptop. I mean, you could dock it, I guess, but then it's a mini PC at that point. It's all you that is stopping me. I'm sorry, Igor. I just can't allow it to happen. Bray's wearing pink glasses and inspiring bald head is just chef's kiss. Thank you very much, Hayden. I appreciate that. Such a beautiful GPU market it would be without the shortages happening. Oh man, the 3080 was going to be the 1080 Ti all over again, and it didn't come to be because of that. Even during COVID, laptop sales went through the roof. There's been a swing, but desktops are not dead. Yeah, it's going to swing back and forth. That's what swings do. The mini PC is a literal desktop replacement. Laptops are a different product segment. Tasteful thickness, I disagree. The mini PC is not a desktop replacement. What you get is what you get, and it uses generally mobile hardware, as in CPU being soldered and a mobile CPU, generally with integrated graphics, no room for dedicated graphics on a lot of them, and that is not a desktop replacement. A desktop replacement has to be able to do everything a desktop can do, including full upgrades. So it's not a desktop replacement until mini PCs can do that. So, and even something like as elaborate as the ROG Nook is going to be, is not going to have a socketed CPU. Though it is going to have a dedicated mobile GPU, it's still mobile. You cannot swap them out. A desktop is essentially infinitely upgradable as long as you're willing to do all, like if you're willing to fully upgrade something like a motherboard, then you have a different platform, motherboard, CPU. GPUs can make a huge difference between if you do a multi-generational upgrade. Like, it's not a replacement for a desktop unless it can do everything a desktop can do. And I'm not talking about just usage. I'm talking about longevity, repairability, upgradability. That being said, I've been offered many times to review mini PCs, and I've been tempted. Ish. Not super tempted. But when I'm doing something like traveling, I could totally have keyboard, mouse, portable monitor, and a mini PC, and but also I could just take a laptop with me. It's like, that's just my thinking, is like, what's going to help me with travel? The MS-01 from Minis Forum has a full PCIe slot, and the Thunderbolt Oculink port solves that issue. Right, but do all of them do that? If you're going to make a statement like the mini PC is a literal desktop replacement, that leaves zero room. Zero room, that statement. Zero room there for any exceptions. And the MS-01 is an exception, not the rule. It's an exception. You get Thunderbolt 4 or USB 4.0, whatever, USB 4, then yes, you can have an external GPU. But at what point does that become less and less mini? No one swaps CPUs? Who said that? No one swaps CPUs. That's a niche need. Okay, if you're going to say it's a desktop replacement without qualification, it needs to be able to do everything a desktop can do. If it cannot, it is not a replacement for it. Oh yeah, the Ace Magic spyware issue. Yep. Tasteful thickness. Also, swapping a CPU is not a need. It's like a preference thing. If you're talking about like on the enterprise level, they usually just replace units and sell things in bulk and just get all new, client or server PC, server client setups. They'll just get new units. That's what they'll do. But as an individual, I mean, let me show you something, okay? Tasteful thickness. We're going to take a look at something together here, okay? Come with me. We now have 202 responses on our new, we're at about 460 or so total, but this is just showing the 202 from when I revamped the form, okay? One of the questions is, are you interested in upgrading your CPU over time? Not are you planning on it, are you definitely going to do it? Oh, actually, no, I did say, do you plan on upgrading your CPU over time? You want to see how many people said yes? 64.8%. That's not a niche. That's a majority, my friend. That's a majority. You can, like, express your opinions if you like, but don't state them as fact. Because this right here means that you're objectively incorrect. The CPU swap percent is under 3%. Are all of these people actually going to do it? Probably not. But they would like to have the ability to do so. So I'm curious as to your opinion on this one. Because this is not my opinion right here. This is actual real people saying what they intend to do. The difference between this poll, hold on, wait. The difference between this poll, actually, and the real world swap percent are different. I'm not saying what people are planning to do. Okay, tasteful thickness. Think about this, all right? What are we in right now that we've been in for a while and there's no end in sight? A recession. People want more value for the things that they buy. They want more longevity to the investments they make. And remember this. There has never been a channel that is dedicated to people buying pre-built PCs. And now there's going to be a series showing not only how to do things like CPU replacements, but the benefits you can get from that. Why do I want people to be able to do that? E-waste is a major, major issue. That's why I don't like how Intel does their cycles with sockets. I wish they would support their sockets for longer. And I'm not, obviously, I don't dislike Intel, right? I like a lot of Intel products. That's just something that I see as a flaw for Intel. But the other thing is people's money. Money is hard to come by these days. All right, it goes twice as fast as it comes. That's money it comes and goes. So if you're going to make an investment in the PC, you should have the option at least to upgrade your CPU over time. So we're doing something unprecedented, and I think the effects will be dramatic. A majority of people come to YouTube for PC advice, but in the general market out there, most people are not upgrading PC components, and I think that sucks. But then again, The interest is there for those who are asked the question. They're like, some people might see that question and be like, oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. That jacket is fire. Fact. What's up, Easy Jake Oven? Easy Jake Oven talking about fires. I don't know about that, but yeah, I do like the jacket. What's up, Sergeant Marine? How are you? So should I wait to get a pre-built PC? Killer Life 822. That's my general advice right now if you care about new hardware. If you don't care about new hardware, you don't have to wait, but remember that current hardware from AMD should drop in price at least once the new products launch. We don't know when they're going to launch, though. We know when they're going to announce it. We don't know when they're going to launch. They should be announcing the launch dates during the announcement. Wow. A laptop is honestly a more expensive downgrade IMO, but both PCs and laptops have their pros and cons. It's all about preference and what you want/need. You should do a poll and see who has actually swapped CPUs. I mean, I guess I could, but here's the thing. We're talking about a new audience, a new community to PC, mostly people who are new to PCs. So they're going to say, no, I haven't. And that's going to be, that's going to favor your opinion. So I can understand why you would suggest such a thing. We suggest that people just upgrade their current PC all the time, but they don't want to mess with it and would rather just buy a new one. Jeff, you're going to be able to point them to a series that's going to help out with that. I like to think. You should do a poll and see who is actually... Okay, I already read that. My gaming laptop was great till it decided to stop working. Now it's an expensive paperweight, and now I'm using this ancient thing again. No more gaming, c'est la vie. And that's the funny thing about laptops. They are very difficult to repair. If people upgrade their GPU, but they started with the least CPU that wouldn't bottleneck, then CPU upgrade becomes plausible. Got to have the right PSU too, though. Bottlenecking is not really a huge issue for most people yet. Yes, it exists. Yes, it's real, but the real-world effect... Exactly, Jeff. Yes. Bottlenecking has become the boogeyman, and it ain't that. Angry Beaver Planet, gonna need to watch a tutorial for the swap, but whatever. I just want to be sure my kids get newer stuff and can play whatever he wants. My kid gets new stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Mike992, wait for 5090, you guys. I cannot agree with that because we don't know when that's going to be, and we probably won't even know even after Computex because they're going to tease it, but I doubt they're going to give a launch date. I'm hopefully wrong. I would love to be wrong on that, and I will celebrate if I am. But that doesn't, like, honestly, wait for 5090. Mike, who's buying 4090s? Wait for the 5090. Another card most people cannot afford. Cannot afford. Okay. 5090 going to get scalped to 5,000. I doubt that, but scalped probably, yeah. The amount is what I doubt. Not the fact that it will be scalped. Rumors are the 5080 might even be first, not the 5090. To me, that like doesn't matter. I don't know why everyone is so caught up in this. I don't know why everyone's so caught up in which one's launched first. Because in the grand scheme of things, do all of you, without Google searching, remember exactly how 40 series cards were launched, in what order? 30 series cards? It's going to be a matter of weeks or a month or maybe that less than that, and it'll be the card for a couple of years. So it does not matter which one's launched first, in my opinion. In the grand scheme of things, it only matters before they're launched, I guess. And that's just because people are impatient. I'll probably just use my 4080 till I need a new one, and then I'll just get a 4090 when it's cheaper. I mean, it's always going to be a good GPU. You can buy a 3080 Ti for $500 now, and that thing it'll play any game you want. Jesper XD, hey yo, how's it going? Welcome. iSonic XE, just give me a 4080 Ti and call it a day. They didn't. They're not going to make it. They made the Super. It's entirely possible that you could be wrong, but I mean, you could be right too. Its release should lower other GPU costs though, right? I mean, possibly. That worked for 30 series, for sure. But for a long time, the 4080 non-Super was still $1,200 even after the 4080 Super came out because retailers had bought them at a certain price and they still needed to make profit margin. So they're still going to try to sell it. And people were still buying them, unfortunately, but not that many, I guess, because they did eventually drop the price. Once I have the connectors down, I'll start doing some upgrades to my TG01 Pavilion as per instruction learned here in a couple of your recommended channels. Sarge Marine, I hope that my instruction here helps because an HP, you're talking about an HP Pavilion? I believe they use standard ATX stuff at this point. I don't know. I don't know if they're using standard ATX stuff. They also said they would release within a few weeks. We'll see. Yeah, it honestly doesn't matter. 5080, 5090, whichever launches. That is the minority of the market. That is not the majority. It does not matter. And I honestly think that AMD has the right idea in ignoring high-end GPUs for the next generation. Let's take a look at something here real quick. I've shown this before, but... All right. So the Steam hardware and software survey right here. Okay. Primary display resolution. Okay. Let's take a look at this real quick. Number one is going to be 1080p, 1920 by 1080, 58%, 58.43%. Next, 2560 by 1440, 18.9%. And some various iterations in between. A lot of people still gaming at 768. 3.42% is a pretty strong number there. How many are gaming at 4K? 3.81%. Oops. 3.81%. And NVIDIA cares about those gamers most. They're launching those cards first. Excuse me? It makes 0 sense business-wise. It's just for benchmarks. It's just to have big number get bigger. That's all that's about. It ignores the needs of the consumer, and I don't freaking get it. So why is there's so much focus from everyone on the 4090, 5090? Why do you care which one's faster? 7900 XTX or 4080 Super? These numbers say you're probably not buying either of those, and that's fine. I want to see 1440p get higher. I want that 18.9% to be much higher than that. That's the sweet spot. But whatever. That's a side thing. Why does everyone care so much about this 3.81%? They do need good products, and NVIDIA can have that. That's what AMD is saying. NVIDIA, y'all have fun with that. We'll take care of the 58.43% and 18.9% and everybody in between, while you take care of your 3.81%. 5050, 5060 would sell infinitely more. The 5060, 5060 Ti, that's what they need to focus on. Those two cards are 5070. 5070, you know, like 5060, 5070, the TIs can come out later. It's... You think about NVIDIA's 40 series launch. Think about this. 4090, 4080, 4080 12 gig. They were so optimistic that everyone was just going to be like, I guess we're all gaming at 4K now. I don't get why 99% of people that will never buy a 5090 care. I could not afford a system with a 4090. I could not afford to just buy one. If it wasn't doing the job I'm doing, it is one of the perks. I do get sent systems that have these cards in them, and I will never not appreciate that. Although, you know, it does not keep me from criticizing when there's a critical issue, right? But I feel that. How many people have a 4090? Let's see. We're going to go to video card description. Okay. 4090, 0.96%. Not even 1%, but it is just about 1%. So yeah, it's the 1%ers that are getting 4090s and gaming on Steam. Why do you care about the 5090 so much? Why do you care? You need to ask yourself this. You should not. Stop letting NVIDIA run the show with their overpriced, overpowered GPUs. Am I going to review a PC with one in it? You're damn right I am. Of course I am, because it is exciting and I get that. But there's so much stock put into it, like way more than there should be. It's like everybody being like, when are they going to release the new Koenigsegg? Who cares? It's for the 0.1% of the car market. Less than 0.1%, right? But we get so wrapped up in it. We get so invested in this. Like it's a race where the only loser is us. Because the prices keep going up. The 3080 should have been a return to sanity in GPU pricing somewhat, right? And we missed that. And the problem was with the shortages and the pandemic and scalping and the crypto boom, NVIDIA learned that because of this mentality, people will pay anything for a GPU they do not need. Is it cool stuff? Yes, it's cool stuff. Okay? And it is. But I've seen people coming in with a budget of like $3,500 and they're aiming to game at 1080p and play League of Legends or something. Like, don't spend that much. Spend less. You don't have to spend that much to be happy with the performance that you get. Hey, guess what? Get out your Braythorn bingo cards because there was the rant. We got the rant done. Star Fox says, Koenigsegg mentioned. Oh, yeah. But I prefer Pagani Zonda. There are newer cars than the Zonda, but I do get the... Yeah, I mean, I played Gran Turismo too back in the day. How many people have a 4080? Curious. That is 0.78% crash. AMD should have a 4070 equivalent as their high end, though, right? Yeah, something like that. And that, it's that the 4070 has unfortunately become a mid-range card. What's up, Jasmine? How's it going? Welcome. Some people see most expensive as best, but then that's Epoch. My problem with that mentality is that if they're never going to buy that, they will never feel like they got the best. What matters is not what's the best on paper. It's what's best for you. That's all that matters. And I want to see that mentality come to the forefront. And that is one of the cornerstones of future plans for my content, is to highlight that you do not need to put yourself in debt for years or whatever, at least more than necessary, I guess, to just enjoy a good gaming experience. Do you guys remember seeing the performance of the 7800 XT in like every game that I ran like 2 or 3 games, but it runs awesome. It's a great GPU. And even that is overkill if you're going 1080p. Him just chatting right now. Yes, I am. I was wondering if you already did me. I was not here. Sorry. Well, I didn't know. I don't really just know if you're here or not, him. You do need to inform me that you're here and you're on the list. And we're going to go ahead and start getting into that because I've been yapping, man. I've been yapping too much. We've been talking for an hour already. All right. I mean, it makes sense because I'm not really recommending that everybody buy PCs unless you don't care about new stuff coming out. We're 3 weeks away from Computex. Sorry, Jeff. I know that is an annoying thing to hear me say. I know that. I just don't like not knowing stuff. I don't like not knowing things. If I knew more, I'd probably be more comfortable making recommendations, even though I couldn't tell you guys if I did know more because I'd be under an NDA, whatever. No, I get that. How do I explain that to someone who is adamant on having the top tier stuff in their system? It's like I said, it's for depending on what you're going to be doing, it's usually not necessary, and it's going to be cost you more money. It's going to use more electricity. It is going to generate more heat in the room that you're in. All for nothing. Know what you're aiming to do and let that dictate what you get. Buddy of mine has 3G saved for PC, says he isn't halfway to goal. Yeah, okay, no. If Epoch, bring them here, have them go through the forum, and we'll figure out what's right for them, and then they can figure out their budget, I guess. I usually like to start with a budget, but like if they're aiming for $6,000 and they're going to be like doing 1440p gaming only, they do not need $6,000. No. I want an AMG GTR Black Edition. Jeff, you don't need that. You don't need that. That is a very expensive car. I mean, I do like cars though, so I wouldn't mind one of those either. But you see, I still like those aren't stick shift. Those are paddle shifted, right? I just can't get into it. Just keep the Cowboy Bebop shirt. I do like the drip, actually. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Hope AMD has a similar car to their 7900 XT. That would still count as ignoring the 5090. I mean, yes, but I doubt they're going to do that. They're probably going to go 800 class. Hey, bro, hope you're doing good. Doing good, Gaming Nightmares. Okay, guys. Now, here's the thing. If you have filled out the form, great. If you have not filled out the form, for those in YouTube chat, please check the description. Fill out the form there. Just know that my main advice is going to be to hold off for a few weeks until Computex happens. But if you don't care about that, then that's fine. For those in Twitch chat, here's the form. Please fill it out if you're looking for help or advice on getting a PC. If you're already on the list, you've already filled out the form, you need to type my name as shown here. Do not misspell it or this won't work. Type my name out. You can do at first if you want to do at Brayathorn, and it'll type out, then you can just like select my name there. And then type I'm on the list. I'm about to go through and highlight everyone that's here so we can get started. But I do have to think about this, guys. I got to think about this because if I'm going to be here doing these streams and mostly what I'm going to be doing is not recommending that you buy a PC yet, should I do these streams as I've been doing them? What should I do instead? Should I bring on guest speakers and we could just talk about stuff? That would be cool. Because, I mean, I want to, at some point, remove my influence and have people be either forced to make an informed decision on their own, which I do provide plenty of information for that through the videos, but there's not going to be any SI Weekly episodes leading up to Computex. Just not happening. There's no reason to, other than speculation, I guess. Or I want them to decide for themselves, yeah, I guess I'm just going to wait. Oh, wow, we have a lot of people on the list, it seems. More than I thought. So that's... oh, and never mind. One person just did it twice. One person says, I'm not on the list. Thank you, Igor. You were on the list, but I deleted it because it was a troll one. I've touched a full carbon fiber Senna. It's honestly beautiful. I've also heard it's a nightmare to drive. Unless you are on a racetrack. AMD is marked to back off the high end and live in the middle. That's where 99% of people actually spend their money. True. AMD has decided something. They have decided not to compete with Intel, but to defend their position. No, excuse me. They have decided not to compete with NVIDIA, but to defend their position from Intel. Because Intel's coming in at like max $300 with cards that are getting more performant, by the day almost. And Battle Mage is poised to be extremely competitive. So AMD is gearing up for that battle. It's a race for second place, and second place is where everybody's spending their money. So. Exciting stuff. Rear-wheel drive takes more skill. It depends on the context. If you want a real challenge, try mid-engine rear-wheel drive. Have fun with that snap oversteer. Woohoo! BMOC, what the heck? What are you doing? Oh my god, okay. Wait, am I? No, I'm not. BMOC just dropped a $50 super chat. Let's go, nerds. Thank you, BMOC, for that. It's ridiculous. Thank you so much. That is ridiculous. I appreciate you, buddy. Wow. Turdog, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Four months here. Dang, been a minute. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, BMOC. I appreciate you. You should change your YouTube handle to BMOC. I mean, you should do that. Okay, so we have Killer Life 822, Volsius 18, Jesper XD on the list. And over here we have Hoodie Man 01 and him. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. So according to this, these are the people who are here. Thank you, BMOC. I appreciate you, bud. Thank you. Can it just be tired dog tonight? I'm beat from work. I feel that. Igor saying BMOC creeping over on YouTube. Yeah. I'm really sad that I don't get to go to DreamHack with you guys. I wish it wasn't butting right up to Computex like that. But if I don't fly out early, I end up arriving really late in Taiwan. So I'm gonna fly out a couple days early. Him is him. Man Zenkao. I don't get the question. See you later, G-Code. If that guy the other night would have bought SkyTech for the easy payments I recommended, I could buy one. Yeah. Jerry's Carpet Service TX, how good are the 4070? Well, I would say the 4070 Super was a good improvement on the 4070. 4070s are good, though. But they made some real strides with the 4070 Super to the tune of like 15% performance increase. It's the way you would want to go at this point. Unless you already have a 47, because then you're already fine. BMOC, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Good lord. BMOC's in a good mood tonight. You will be missed. Yeah, I had so much fun last time, man. That was a lot of fun. NVIDIA might screw itself down the road. Doesn't matter if they screw themselves on the gamer market, because it's a pittance compared to what they make in the AI industry now. But hopefully we will do QuakeCon. I would love to do that again. That was fun. Hoping you'll be able to meet Adam Savage in real life. But me too. That part is still up in the air. AMD really has no choice but to defend against Intel with GPUs. Not much of a choice given how much NVIDIA lapped them, plus what you were just discussing. The thing is, they lapped them with the 4090. What did we talk about with the 4090 again? The 7900 XTX is insane. 7900 XT is great. 7900 GRE is awesome. All of these provide much better performance per dollar. Well, not the 4080 Super came out. The 7900 XTX needs to drop in price a little more. But okay. Yeah, Twitch fixed itself. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Much appreciated for being not great. Okay. Stream's back up. Okay, well, there we go. Now it's saying excellent connection. Yay. Let's see how long that lasts. A couple minutes. I'll pay you money if you play Elden Ring, Bray. Well, I would have to buy the game, so I would probably break even on that one. I'm also really bad at Souls-like games. Although it's not a Souls-like, it's straight up a Souls game. Saw an Aurora in Alabama the other day, and it was insane. Did you know that we're like 300,000 years overdue for the magnetic field of Earth to flip? 300,000 years overdue for that. I mean, I'm late for stream now and then, and that's bad enough. But I'm never 300,000 years late for stream, imagine. But Hoodie Man saw the Aurora in Alabama. That's crazy. I am back. Sailor says the sun took its pills today. Yeah, apparently. Overdue for an ice age also. Oh boy. Yay. Okay, let's just get back into this. All right, now I'm gonna have to do this again. Who's here that's on the list? Let's do the same thing. Type my name, say I'm on the list, so I can verify that half of you guys didn't like take off when things didn't go well with the stream. What is that? The magnetic flip. North Pole becomes South Pole. South Pole becomes North Pole-ish. Whatever. I mean, it happens every 400,000 years or so. Don't listen to me on this stuff. Look it up. You'll see what I mean. But it's pretty significant. But because we're 700,000 years overdue, doesn't mean we can't go another 10,000 years without that changing, and it won't mess anything up. I don't know. Redemption 77. I just want you to know, every time I ask for this, one person makes that joke. This time you were that person. Congratulations. You see, the reason I ask for some people to type my name in is because it then highlights the chat, and at a glance, I can get an idea of how many people are waiting. And every time, it's over by a couple because someone has to let me know that they're not on the list. Congratulations. It was you this time. Last time it was Igor. So, I believe when it... Okay. Carlito Bandito, Carlos' mech, he's here with a disguise. Well, YouTube is back up and running if you want to go back there, but there's less lag on Twitch. Yeah, Jeff, I know it's you, Jeff. I know. It's your name on the other... well, I mean, yes, I know. I know that's you. I just refer to people by the name that I see on screen. That's just a habit I have. Jasmine, you can't say that. You were on the list twice and got help twice. So, can I stay on Twitch? If not, I don't mind switching. It's fine. It's okay. The one time it actually is reasonable for someone to have a different name on their entries if they go from one platform to another. Thanks, Crash. That's not weird and discomforting, but okay. That song is a weird song because they literally wrote that song because that rhyme was a thing that rhymed. Like, that's the only reason that song exists. Okay. So we have HoodieMan01, him, Volsius18, Jesper XD. And by the way, him, I'm not going to be referring to you by your Twitch name. That is ridiculous. You just threw that together just now, didn't you? Wicked Insanity, welcome. You just got here after the sun put me offline. There are some things that I'm sure a lot of streamers deal with on a regular basis that I don't think I'll ever deal with. I am 41 years old. I am decently overweight. I have no hair. And I don't find myself to be classically attractive. That's just like, I think I'm decently handsome. I'm okay. I'm all right. But I don't expect myself to encounter those same messages that I'm sure a lot of streamers get, where it's like, "Hey, I would partake of physical intimacy with you," and it's like, cool. How am I supposed to respond to this? There's no guidebook on this one. What do I do? Need a walker? That's why we get along, right? Honestly, there have been some events where I've been walking for 13 hours or so where I'm like, yo, could go for a Segway right about now. You're definitely a 1700s 10. Don't sell yourself short. Nice. Was I just called Rubenesque? Are you negging me right now? Rubenesque is a look, though. It is. It is a actual, literal, classical attractiveness, a classical beauty. It's not working, Epoch. I'm trying it. It's not working. I saw the aurora in way Southern California. I mean, I'm in Texas, pretty deep in Texas. I couldn't see it, but yeah. All right, I'll hydrate. Let me actually hydrate instead of drinking cherry Coke. Wicked Insanity. I have no hair either. It's okay. M. McCreesh, I watched your video a month ago for the AMD builder on Alexander PC. Thanks so much. 7900 XTX and 700X 3D is awesome. It's a killer combo. Hey, you're pretty enough. You snagged a good one. I did. Like, I'm done with that. Like, I'm set. I'm not gonna mess that one up. She is crazy though. I don't know what she sees in me, but she does see something, I guess, and that works for me. So, okay. The first person who would be getting help today would be him, or also known as 2367161626266 AAGXGB. Love cherry Coke. It's my favorite. Buy regular cola and add my own cherry syrup. It was just an impulse on my part. I hadn't had a cherry Coke in a while. My beard came back to total white after chemo. Lol, I beat it though. Congratulations, Wicked Insanity. I'm happy to hear you beat that. Man. Had to switch over from Twitch. Stream continued to pause and freeze. Well, that's no one else is reporting that. All right, Crash. I don't know why it's blocking that, but sure. I just permitted the term crazy girls. Another more invent you in pre-built PCs. Bray. Yep. Not sure, but I can say for certain if you were a blacksmith or a shopkeeper in the 1700s, you'd be the most handsome SOB in the village. Carlito Bandito, fun fact, I know blacksmithing. Some blacksmithing. I'm not very good at it, but yeah, I am familiar with the craft, and I used to do it for a little while. I was in better shape, though. At the time, I had a job where I was tossing around 28-foot ladder, going up to telecommunication poles, running lines, doing things like that. That keeps you in shape. And then I switched to a job where I sit here all day long instead of doing that for 12 hours a day. So, yeah, that'll affect you physically for sure. Okay, so let's get into this. It's going to be you first. Let's go into this here. Now, I made it known. I stated my case as to why a bunch of you guys should consider holding off until Computex in 3 weeks. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But do not, like, have me do this whole thing and then come back and have me do it for you again. I guess it wouldn't hurt anything. No one's really, I mean, these are the people that are here. But, okay. So we're doing a parts list for a white build for gaming and streaming Oh, this is going to be good. Okay. That you want to be able to upgrade the CPU, so that's AMD. Let's do this here. Yes, I know. Thank you. Can you guys guess what motherboard brand I'm going to go with on this? Jeff, I got to know, have you checked out the white Gigabyte motherboards? Have you seen them? Have you messed with one yet? Barutu's got it. 10 points to Barutu. What kind of points? I don't know. I know I clicked start new. What the heck? Okay. So the budget's 2,000. You didn't mention resolution, but I'm going to say probably 1440p is a good one to aim for you. But like, where's the E? They do have it in Intel too, by the way. There it is for 250, and the X670E is 299. I would probably just go X670E. But one thing I really like about this motherboard, and no one else is doing this, and I've showed this to a lot of you guys before, but I'm going to show it again. Other than the fact that it does have decent I/O for sure. But something they're doing that nobody else is doing. For really custom builds, where you want to put a screen in there. This is an internal HDMI where you use the onboard graphics to have your telemetry screen, your sensor panel, that kind of thing. An HDMI inside the case, so you don't have to run a cable onto the outside. That's just so cool. I love that. Cashing those points for 2-ply toilet paper. Why do they still make 1-ply? What year is it? Really don't want to destroy your love for them, so I'm going to be quiet. That's okay. This board made me rage so hard. Oh boy. Well, see, the thing is, I get it if an SI doesn't want to have a bunch of boards from a certain company if they have RMA issues, but for an individual, you're unlikely to run into those issues. It's just once you get onto the scale of someone like Skytech, then yeah, you don't want to get something that's going to have a slightly higher percentage of issues. Horrible memory issues. Okay. And was it the X670E or the B650? Yeah, I was talking about yours. It was your turn. You were going to be first. B650E. Okay. Well, I have heard about issues with 6,000 megatransfers per second RAM on B650 sometimes. This is the X670E, though. Should have a little bit better memory compatibility. I don't know if that's the case with a lot of motherboards or if it's just a Gigabyte thing. No idea. Oh, it was the X670E. Was it just one motherboard or was it several? And what was the memory profile you were trying to run? Very early. Okay, these have been out for a little while now. Okay. I'm helping you right now because you didn't say that you were going to be gone. I've been helping you now, actually. We've been talking about your build. This is a motherboard for your build. Here's a little PSA for you guys right here. Brayathorn Pro Tips. If you put yourself on a list to get help and you have to step away, maybe say something about that. Maybe let me know that you're not here. You're not going to be here for the next 20 minutes or so. Just a little Brayathorn Pro Tip. Okay. PSA over. Okay, well, this is a motherboard for your build. Thank you, Igor, for making it weird. Now, if we're just gaming and streaming, 7800X3D will do the job just fine. Oh, him. Because you left, you might not have heard my fourth time giving the advice on Computex. You probably would be okay if you're getting an X3D chip, because going by the last two CPU launches from AMD, they don't launch the X3D chips right off the bat. They usually will give it half a year or so, something like that, or at least a quarter before they launch X3D. So 7800X3D still should very likely still be on top for a while when it comes to gaming CPUs. If you look at what happened with the 7000 series Ryzen CPUs versus the 5800X3D, that was a thorn in their side, and it was their product. It's fine. If it's fine, can it be more like 1700 and All right, guys, time for another PSA. Another Braithorn pro tip. Braithorn pro tip. When you're filling out your form and you get to your budget, if your budget is less than a number, choose a number below it. So if your budget is $2,200, do not choose $2,500. Choose the $2,000 option. In this case, I would have said pick the $1,500 option and then go up, because then you're not making my job harder. You're making my job easier. Okay. I love how everyone's giving Microsoft all this credit for finally choosing to refer to memory frequency as mega transfers per second. It's like, how long has DDR been a thing? We're in DDR5 right now. That's when it should have gone into effect. Am I crazy? No, I'm correct. Trying Z5 Neo, RGB, it'll match the build. There you go. Silent Furies, what's up? My Skytech desktop came today, and looking forward to turning it on. Thanks for the code for the discount. You're very welcome. Oh, I might want to zoom out. Thank you. Thank you, Igor. Okay, so we're doing streaming and gaming. So we're going to go NVIDIA. I've already ranted about this. I have already ranted about this, I know. But like, man. Gigabyte Aero. What is this? 40? No, dude. No, dude. 4070 Super. Well, we might come back and upgrade the GPU here in a bit, but we got to do the rest of the build first. That went up by a few bucks, but still a great deal. Yes, Gigabyte ice cream. That's what I was looking for. So this is the motherboard we're going with instead. And yeah, all the connectors are black, which is unfortunate. They could have gone with more white plastic like they did for the AMD cooler mounts. But still, excellent I/O for a streaming PC. Very good for that price for $229.99. I think this would be a fine power supply for this. Which Skytech is it? What do you, oh, the Skytech desktop. You're talking Silent Furies. Carlito, yes. Modular power supplies, you only have to connect the power cables you're going to actually use, which helps with cable management. With non-modular, all the cables are permanently attached. What's up, Nemus? I'm sorry to hear your day's been terrible. I hope it gets better. Mine's been, it's been okay. Never understood their logic for megahertz when it came to RAM. I think it was both retailers and online retailers and this and that, and versus operating systems and ecosystems, things like that. Both wondering who was going to make the change first, which always works out. Trust me. Time to choose a case. Now you want a white build, so we're going to go ahead and start with changing the color of the case, which I just flew right by. There we go. Now, is there a specific kind of aesthetic you're looking for him? Are you looking for like a fish tank case? You want a front mesh case with front intake, top and rear exhaust, that kind of thing? What are we thinking? No problem, Carlito. That's fine. I love the colors. Right. Do you mean RGB? Are you talking about you want a lot of RGB fans? Montec King 95 Pro? Yes? Is that what we're doing? You know what? Jeff, I just had an idea. Alert. Alert to the CTO of Skytech. I just had an idea. And it made me very happy to think of this idea. Just let me know if you're still here and then we'll... Okay, Jeff, you're there. Okay, good. So we have a review coming up, right? A couple of them. But what if we let chat... If you have a list of a few, what if we let chat decide which one they want me to review, which one they want to see me review? What if we let chat do that? Usually it's you or me that decides those things, or something. What if we put it up to a vote? And I think that'd be cool. I've been there, Nemus. I have been there. Yeah. Oh my goodness, thank you. Okay, hi. Welcome home. I was brought a lemonade. That's delightful. Guess McDonald's has upped their game on the lemonade front. Sorry for asking you that live on stream. Igor, she is. You misspelled 4. Okay, I think that'd be fun. That's an angle we haven't explored yet. I think that'd be cool. Wait till everybody hears what kind of review it's going to be. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Okay, so what I'm thinking is if you like RGB, then this is the Montec King 95 Pro. It comes with all of these fans It looks insane, and the price is not too bad either for at $159, considering everything you get with it. And as Anton is saying, here is another option with the Air 903 Max. The only downside here is that you get one fan that doesn't match the others, but it's a white fan at least, so it matches the case. And it's also considerably less at $70. So you're saving about $100 going with this one. That would go into the performance. It's possible, not against the idea. Awesome. Epic Valley still. Arctic Liquid Freezer 3. Also, anything deep cool. You didn't say whether not enough details there. You didn't tell me if you want it to be white or black. And the Deep Cool Mystique only comes in black, but it's one of the cheapest like AIOs with a CPU block screen on it, and there is utility to that. Not a lot, but there is. You can ask me whatever you want live on air. Okay, sounds like we're about to do a, what is it all the content creators did? Pokemon Smasher Pass featuring Jeff from Skytech. Let's go. That is asking you anything live on stream. I could not believe how many content creators I saw do that. Well, not a lot, but the ones I was like, really, Markiplier? Really? I want to see a Starforge Systems review. Hearing that from Crash is kind of weird. Thought you're all about Skytech, but I'm happy to hear that. Well, we've been wanting to do something. It's just scheduling stuff. Look, I'm gonna tell you all something. For those out there who can still claim youth, treasure it, but know that every day passes faster and faster as your days go by. Okay, Jeff. Cool. It was literally a thing for content creators to do that, and I cannot believe it. I could not believe it, but it was a thing. I am looking for some feedback from you at some point, unless you left again. Basically, we're looking at these two cases. This is the more expensive, more visually, like show-offy kind of case, Montech King 95. And then there's a Montech Air 903 Max, which will save you $100 and still look really nice, but it's not as like, it doesn't have the fish tank look. So which one do you want? Unless you have a specific case in mind, these are the two I'm suggesting in this case. Hey, Brightthorn, what do you think of the Montech Sky 2? I think it's a great looking case. I think the King 95 is an upgrade on that, though. But it's much bigger, too. I wish Montech made white coolers, no AIOs at all, and all three of their air coolers only come in black. Well, what you do is you get an AIO from another company, and you can buy their fans. Just buy the matching fans, pop them on there, and you're good to go. I did in my old Sky 2. There you go. So it's not a major issue. But also, hello Epic Valley still, and hello Aspire 2019. Both of y'all, welcome to the stream. Whatever you think is best. No. You literally, out of thousands of PC cases, you only have to choose between two of them. I have done that much for you. You should still choose your case. Here's one. And here is the other. Let's just do this. And this. Oh, well, let me move this over. Wow, why is it? What? Windows? Why are you like this? There, which one? Oh, yeah, great. I'm zoomed in like an idiot. Which one do you want? Okay, Air 903. Cool. I should have read that. Then I wouldn't have had to do all this. I think that's the wise choice. That is a wise choice. Well, we're $5 under budget. There you go. Oh, wait. I still don't have a cooler. How do we get to that close to the budget? Well, we'll change up a couple things here. We'll figure something out. I guess. What can I possibly change? I don't want to drop the GPU. That's already cut back a bit. But we do need a cooler. Could do a dual tower if you want to go air cooling. Or we could do the one I just recommended, the Liquid Freezer 3. That is a 240. And that is $142. We're $138 over budget now. I could put you down to a 1 terabyte drive, though I would prefer 2 terabytes. Or 1838.59. 90 millimeter AIO? What? No. No. What is this, an Alienware PC? Came back from a trip to the head, and the first thing I hear is Pokemon Smasher Pass. Get him a Rosewell case. No, Jeff, I don't like Rosewell cases. Oh, I know your opinion on storage. Thank you. Hey, man, I found a 1440 PC, 1440p capable PC pre-built for under $1,200. Okay, cool. Okay. Here's what we're going to do, because Jeff is right. So if we do something like a 7600X, that will get us under budget. But man, that's a cutback in performance 100% for $135. But you save that $135. Well, you don't have it. It's not part of the budget. If we do this, this can game and stream, and it's $4 above budget. So here's what happens. You run this for a few months while the new CPUs come out, give it a year or so, and maybe once you start butting up against, like, okay, the CPU is not quite keeping up with gaming and streaming, by that time, 9000 series CPUs will have been out for a while, and they should have, you know, all the BIOSes are going to be good, everything will be fine, no more early adopter woes, and then they should have even maybe dropped in price a bit. So you can, because Intel will have come out with their new platform, so ergo, AMD's way to compete at that point is by dropping prices. So you can, or maybe the X3D chips will be out for 9000 series. There you go. See, Jeff, you thought I was going to say that about storage. I went with the CPU because the new CPUs are coming out. So cutting down on spending on the CPU, not a bad idea. But man, that 7800 X3D for $330 is such a deal, though. But if we cut this down to a terabyte, we're still over budget. That doesn't help us that much. That is actually a good question. Yeah, that should have at least 3. Maybe 4. Yeah, it's got 3. 3 M.2 sockets. The 7600X is an awesome CPU. What about the Mobo? This motherboard's already $230. And remember, this is a streaming machine. So the fact that this at $229 has that much for I/O is a really nice feature. You can't save a whole lot on this motherboard without cutting out a lot of features on this thing. Wait, what? It is okay. However much, it doesn't matter much. But no, you said that you wanted it to be $1,700. Epic Valley still says 7900 GRE. No, because they want to stream. And there's still caveats to streaming with AMD GPUs. Does it work? Yes. Is it going to work as seamlessly as an NVIDIA one? Unfortunately, no. And NVIDIA is still, despite the fact that they're not as interested in gamers, they're still making moves to make it easier to stream with NVIDIA GPUs by working directly with Twitch. Thank you, Twitch. Appreciate that. What is the value of a 7700 XT pre-built with a 7000 series CPU for 1.1K? What CPU? You can put the rest of the number. You still typed in 4 digits. You could have let me know which exact CPU it was. Okay. I'll put the 7800X3D back in there. There you go. There's your build. The only thing here that's not included is of course, like thermal paste and things like that. But that should come with your cooler, so it shouldn't be a problem. But also your operating system. Just get it from my YouTube sponsor, VIP CDK Deals, and you'll be good to go. And like 15, 20 bucks. If you install and activate Windows 10, you should still have the option to upgrade for free to Windows 11, and you'll be fine. If you prefer to get the cheaper CPU, get the 7600X. For some reason, it seems to be cheaper than the 7600 right now, or is it? Whichever. Basically, pick a cheaper AMD 7000 series CPU, and you're fine. Every time the song comes on, I just wonder how Alucard is doing. It's been a while. All right, Volsius 18, it's your turn. But yes, there you go, him. Enjoy it. Let us know how the build turns out. Show us what it looks like in the rigs channel when you're done. I'd like to see it. Now, for those of you who are like, wait, Bray didn't say anything about my build. I'm waiting to basically do a video going through everybody's rigs in the Discord. I think that would be a fun video. Budget changed over the weekend to 3,000 FYI. Well, that's sure. Thank you for letting me know now. And you know about the new stuff coming out, new stuff being announced at Computex. You're aware of this and you're okay with this, right? Looks like we have a specific request for Alexander PCs. I will honor that request. And we can do a custom system. Doesn't CVK Deals kind of work against the channel in a sense because you can't change or upgrade your hardware? No, it's Crash, think of it this way, okay? When you are, say, if you're building a PC, or if you're, basically, if you're doing something like this, where you go to Micro Center or whatever, and you have them build it for you, and they need a key for it or whatever, or you need one, or whatever the case is. If you buy a full retail version, yes, you can use it with different hardware, as long as you're only using one instance of it. Yeah. However, that's like $130. If you get it as an OEM key, and then you upgrade your system, if you get it as an OEM key for like 20 bucks and you upgrade your system, oh no, you have to spend another $20. Unless you're upgrading your hardware every week, it's still better to just get an OEM key and call it a day. I wonder if TJ is going to get tired of me just instead of using their pre-configured stuff, going with a configurator, but he had to know that this was going to be perfect for me. It is tied to the motherboard indeed, and that's not an upgrade that most people will do. Even though I'm going to have an episode on it because I kind of need to, it's, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we're going with a black system. Now it says you don't know what resolution you want to go with. If you're gaming and streaming, I'll recommend at this price point, you can go 4K or 1440p. I would probably still say 1440p if you're not doing content creation. If you're just gaming and streaming, 1440p is plenty of resolution for that. Besides, like, other than being in beta, you're still getting 1080p with Twitch anyway, if you're streaming on Twitch. I have a 4K monitor, but probably 1440p. Well, you should be able to still game in 4K. It's just you need to be willing to drop your settings, like lower your settings in it. So we're going with the black build. Is there a specific look that you're going for? Are you okay? Let's see. 216. Are you okay with the front intake, top rear exhaust, or do you want to have some glass on there, have the fish tank look? What are we thinking? You want the like the 011 Evo RGB kind of look? What do you think? Mike H, my only issue with that is ABS, is the in-house system integrator for Newegg, and I'm still leery on Newegg a little bit, but if you're not, then do whatever you want. The H6 Flow is indeed a rad case. It's unfortunately not an option here, but it is a very nice case. Fish tank style? Okay, 011 Evo RGB. You did state that you are interested in upgrading your CPU down the road, so we'll do, let me move this over here. Then we'll do the 7800X 3D. X670E-F. 32 gigs is fine. We'll go back to the cooler in a second. Let me get rid of this. Put this in there. Let's up the GPU. Oh, it's already 4070 Super, but we're going to go 4070 Ti Super if possible. Take a look at what this looks like on I/O. Nope, not for streaming. Get good, MSI, come on. What about you? Not bad, actually. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. What did you say about... You do need Wi-Fi. I'm sure that they chose the motherboard with Wi-Fi in here. Yes, they did. You know what? We'll go with this. There we go. Yeah, therein lies the problem. If we go with all Infinity fans, that pushes it over budget. So if we go Arctic Liquid Freezer 3, they're going to replace all the fans with consistent RGB fans throughout. Okay, so check this out. This is right in budget, even though it looks like it's not. Because with code THORN, which is just this part of my name right here, okay? You get $50 off. That makes this $2 under budget, and you're good to go. I'd actually like to go with the 1,000 watt, but it's not completely necessary. But I would prefer to go 1,000 watt, but that would push it over budget by $43 or so. But there you go. There's your build. The fish tank style case did add a lot to the cost, honestly. If you want to put a little bit more towards performance, we could go with the Lancool 216. It's going to be more performance oriented, but the aesthetics on this will be very nice. Over by $40 is all right. Well, then let me delete this link here. And there you go. Just don't forget that coupon code or else you're going to be $93 over budget. Jesper's back. Welcome back. And just in time, because your turn has just arrived. Oh, here. Don't forget that code right there. That's what gets it to be just $43 over budget or so. Denmark, you say, but it's a parts list. So let me ask you this, Volsius 18, if I am pronouncing that correctly. I saw Denmark, and now I'm cognizant that I might be way off the mark there. What if I were to go to PCPartPicker.com and go to here, which of these, you can't see it, which of these would I choose? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a second. Denmark is on the list. Yay! That answers that one. Braythorn, does my color in the spreadsheet matter? I'm white, not the... Oh, yeah. Well, you came in after I did the thing where I go through and figure out everybody who's here. Here you go. There you go. And I changed your name too. Wait a minute. No, Volsius. It's Jesper. Jesper's next. Jesper is the one that's in Denmark. Not Volsius. Anyway, Jesper. Right. It's Jesper's the one in Denmark, not Volsius. Sorry about that. This is a lot of words and numbers, all right? It's a lot. Jesper, can I change the budget to 3,000? Yes, you can. As long as you tell me at the beginning, I don't care. You tell me whatever it is. I would prefer it if you had the budget right to begin with so that these numbers would be correct in the charts. But actually, we saw that shift just now because someone else has entered their information. But as long as I'm not all the way up throughout the build, I'm already done, and then you don't. And as long as you're not changing it at that point, I'm okay with it. And that is also answering Crash. Quick question. I bought a pre-built 3 years ago, and recently the CPU is overheating. Cleaned and reapplied thermal paste, but under gaming, it heats up to over 80 C. Any ideas what it could be? I don't know what kind of CPU cooler you're using, but it sounds like there's some kind of failure there. If it's an AIO, you might want to maybe replace that because the pump could be going bad. We're doing a parts list in Denmark. We've got that here. We are ready to go. I mean, all I'm saying is like, if it's under load and the temperature went up, I mean, ADC, as stated by Epic Valley Still, is fine for a CPU. But if you see it changing over time, then you might be on the cusp of having an issue. All right, so let's see. Start new. Wow, no one's choosing their resolution these days. What's going on? Well, okay, the last three haven't chosen their resolution. Wait, what is this? Phonics computer. Well, you're getting a parts list. Basically, what I do here, I use PC Part Picker, and it'll find the best prices that are there in Denmark, whatever the source might be. Lightning Evo, if I only know the CPU and GPU, I can only assume that they cut corners on every other part, and I'm not usually very happy with that. But if it's what you got to do, it's what you got to do. I don't know if that's Victor Sales or Victor Salas, but I say, hey, I bit the bullet thanks to you. i9 4090, 2x32, 2 terabyte for gaming and video editing. Oh, good. 64 gigs. Nice. Thank you so much for all the info you covered. You converted a Mac guy. For video editing, though, Mac is really good. Still have my Mac with an eGPU. Still love it. Good. I'm going to be working with someone who works on Mac with Final Cut Pro, and I'm like, I don't know that. I don't know that program, so I don't know what to do. I'm very used to Adobe Premiere Pro. Even though I don't like it, I'm used to it. New sub here. Curious what your thoughts on ABS Stratus. Oh, I already answered that earlier. Wait a minute. Are you asking this? Did you ask that twice? Or am I going crazy? TTD Bushcamp Kid Jr. Do you have an opinion on Corsair pre-builts? They're fine, but you pay the Corsair tax 100%. But it'd be the same as going with like a boutique builder where you pay the fee for them being a lower volume seller. But in this case, you're doing that because it's all Corsair parts and they're generally more expensive. I'm actually guessing that Mike H's chat is the only one that they said that, but yeah. Well, computer shut down on me playing Apex the other day, saying CPU's overheating. So checked it was over 100C. Have 240mm AIO as iBuyPower i7 37 Ti pre-built. Check if that case will fit a 360 and upgrade your CPU cooler. Can the case be an NZXT H9 Flow, or is that stupid? It's not stupid if that's what you want. But, like, do you want the fans to be NZXT, the cooler to be NZXT? We can totally do that too. If you like their aesthetics, I'm down for that. It just depends on whether it's available in Denmark. That's not going to be up to me. Let's take a look. Looks like it's there. I don't know what this means. Okay, we got to convert your funds to... Okay, 1 second. So is that the Swedish krona? Is that what that is? Is that what that KR is? I'm lost here. You got to help me out. A Y60 can fit a 360mm AIO in the top. You can fit the radiator in the top. So yes. But that would mean having intake fans on the sides and your exhaust being on the top. Yes, it does fit. No, it's DKK. Why is it showing me this then? I chose Denmark. Why does this have to be complicated? Okay, to DKK. So Danish krone. Oh, that's KR. It's still KR. Okay, so that's 20,000. 20,673. So guys, remember, if someone comes in and says, yeah, I got a budget of 20,000, they might not mean US dollars. It is correct. Okay, good. Well, there's your H9 Flow in white. You wanted it in black, right? Yes. Okay. No problem, because that was here too. Now, that comes with black fans, not RGB. Are you okay with that? But because then you get the H9 Elite, but then you get less airflow. You can always swap out those fans for RGB fans, and all will be well. And all will be well. And all manner of things shall be well. Okay. There we go. Now, let's look at what you're doing with this. This is going to be for gaming, streaming, content creation, and video editing. Fun, fun. All right. Now, you stated, though, that you do want to be able to upgrade your CPU over time. So let's see what we can do here. I like RGB. Cool. Okay, here's the thing again. Before we go and spend 500 US dollars on a CPU for you, or 44,234 krone, remember that AMD is going to, in 3 weeks, they're announcing their new CPUs. So the right move here is probably to try and save a bit by going with a lower end Ryzen 7000 series CPU, using that for a while, and then upgrading your CPU once the new ones have been out for a while, dropped in price, and the new BIOS has become more stable. And so that would be like the 7700, 7700X, something like that. It is nearly half the price. A little more than half the price. What do you mean YouTube hates me tonight? It says excellent connection. Yeah, I'm connected. Country Bumpkin, why are you messing with me? So Jesper, what's the verdict on that? Do you want to just go all out on your CPU now and just ignore the upcoming new CPUs? Or do you want to cut back on the CPU for now and then upgrade it in about a year or so, 8 months, whatever. And then you can use this CPU you can sell it secondhand. You can put it in a secondary build, whatever. Blondie but Geeky, hello. How's it going? Not the 7800X 3D for content creation. Not now, not ever. That thing makes a lot of sacrifices in order to be the top gaming CPU. Sucks for content creation. Going amazing. You going well? Going good. Yeah. I'm locking in stuff for Computex still. So I'm really excited about that. I've been booking stuff, getting everything sorted. We got approved for our badges. So I'm officially, I've gotten approved for CES and stuff before, so it's not that big of a deal, but like it still feels like a big deal because that is the big show. That is the Super Bowl. Wow, microfiber cloths and Velcro don't mix. Who would have thought? That's fantastic. Glad to hear you're going. Yes, absolutely. I feel bad though because I told Roby that I wanted to pick the same hotel so we could like hang out and stuff easier, but it was not in my price range. So we went with an Airbnb. We have more space. We have our own place, and it is way cheaper. Holy crap, it's cheaper. I'll just say this. Roby has good taste in hotels. Oh, yes, then for sure. All right, 7700X is what I would probably do here.
I haven't used blue light glasses in a while, and it is nice. These aren't super effective because they're not like amber, you know, that color, but it's all good. Now, what's going to be a good motherboard? I mean, it's going to be X670E. If we want a lot of I/O, which we do, by the way, I'm going to say Gigabyte because I generally do. But we could also go with the X670E-F. Let's choose Gigabyte and Asus. Sort by price. X670E. Full ATX. That should narrow it right down. Look at that. Why didn't Gigabyte? Where did Gigabyte go? Huh, oh well. X670E-F. Oh yeah, that's not too bad at all. Look at that. But what happened to Gigabyte? Which one of these filters messed with me here? Ah, well, whatever. I guess Gigabyte options are limited over there in Denmark. X670E-F it is. More room and cheaper, that's a win. It is indeed. That's so bad. Roby's budget is never in any of our price ranges. Well, that's because Roby builds great relationships with brands while still maintaining some neutrality. It's a delicate balance, and I think he does it really, really well. But that does with what he's built, with the relationships he's built, with the being such a consummate worker. He's an absolute machine. It allows for things like that, and I think that that's awesome. I think that he's a great representative for consumers. And he treats brands fairly. He will criticize where criticism is needed. And he does a really good job. But that does help out with situations like that. I don't have the I mean, I haven't been doing this for as long as Roby has, and also he's built a great team. And I don't know. I really appreciate the guy, and I like what he does. He deserves all the success he has. Falcon Northwest, what's up? How's it going? You're right. Roby is awesome. You said the things that I said, but you said it in fewer words. YouTube hates you tonight. Here in California, your stream cuts in and out. Hey guys, is a YouTube stream cutting in and out for everybody? But not as purple as me. Very true. He's definitely got more of the red going on for his colorways. I like his branding. It's really nice. The gray and red is really nice. Okay. Memory. 64 gigs, please. Thank you. 2x32. Let's go. DDR5 6000, CL30. Trident Z5 Neo should do just fine. What are these priced out like over there? Nope. That's going to be a bit too much. I don't think these are going to... Really? Over there? Really? No, not over there. No. It's no pricing. There's no pricing there. Okay, we're going to choose 2 terabytes for our capacity. For starters, remember you can always add more storage. Kingston, wherefore art thou Kingston? There we go. Kingston Fury Renegade. Excellent, excellent drive. I'm sure Kelt would agree with that. Very fast, great longevity, very performant, and reliable. Very reliable. Okay. Now we just need a cooler and a power supply. Oh, that's a little bit over. Actually, yeah, it's a tiny bit over. And we need more fans. What do we do? I don't want to drop down the price of the GPU. Because that's already not even close to being half of the build. Not half, but like 40% is usually what I aim for. It's hard for me to look at these numbers because I don't know what's overpriced here. With 4070 Ti Super, you could go 850 watts and be okay. But I would like to maybe give it a little bit more. Let's try to see Sonic and see what they've got price-wise. We'll do 850 to 1000 watts and see what we get. Sonic Focus or Focus GX, Vertex GX 850, HX 3.0. It's 850 watt. Okay, so the only thing that's not being included here, because this is right within budget, the only thing that's not included here is extra fans to replace the fans that come with the case. You're going to get 3 RGB fans with this cooler, which is pretty pricey, by the way. This cooler is very expensive. This cooler is approaching the price of like a motherboard, basically. But that's to give you NZXT stuff. And I imagine you like RGB. Kingston really popped in the last 3 years, for sure. Kingston is what we use. Quality stuff, very low failure rates. That's what I like. Love the purple. It's a vibe. Oh, for sure. Started going to school. My days off have disappeared. Igor, that's awesome. That's great. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm in California too, and yes, I'm seeing lag and stutters. Well, from what I hear, that's kind of pretty widespread with, you know, the sun shenanigans. At least the VOD should be okay, unless the VOD isn't okay. The fans, I have extra. You have extra fans? Are they NZXT fans? They do use a proprietary connector, but they do come with adapters for that. So the RGB core is what you're looking at, and they need 3 packs of those. And they're ridiculously bad about this, at least on listing them. That's not the right picture. That's the wrong picture for this product. And also this says white on it. Not what the hell? These are backwards. This says the color is black and these are white. This says the color is white. These are black. What the hell are you doing, PC part picker? What I don't understand. What are you doing? It's black. Okay. Well, we're going to add this. Just make sure that your fans don't look like this at all. This isn't even the right fan model. These are supposed to be the core fans that look like this. Well, sure. Get yourself a couple packs of those. Your AIO already comes with 3 of them, and you'll want 2 more packs of this. There you go. There's your build. From old case, then don't buy those then. But they're on the list, and in case you do want to buy new fans, then you can choose those. Lightning Pro, my budget gamer opinion, 7700X is more CPU that a 7700X needs for gaming, but maybe you're streaming, video editing, programming, then it might be okay. Yeah, again, it's like it's the use case thing. It needs to match your use case. No problem, Jesper. Let us know how the build turns out. I want to see that in the rigs channel of the Discord when you're done. Okay. Next would be Hoodie Man 01. Just for you, I'm putting the hood up. Now I feel that with this hoodie, I feel like a boxer. It doesn't really look right on me. The 850 should be fine, but if you want to go with the 1000 watt of the same kind, you can totally do that. Just look for the same model in 1000 watts. It's never a bad thing to have extra overhead for your power supply. The power supply is not going to constantly shove that much power into your system. It's just whatever the system requests or needs. That's how much power it provides. And keeping your parts performing underneath the nominal numbers is great for longevity. All right, so Hoodie Man, let's take a look at your request here. Now, I'm a little bit confused because for yours, you put that you want a parts list, but then you list Alexander PCs. Do you want a parts list or do you want a pre-built? Which do you want? Yeah, stream stutters, I'm not even going to worry about it. I should probably be recording this so I could upload a full VOD, but I don't know what I could do. You want pre-built? Okay, let me change that then. Here we go. Now, what are we doing here? Gaming, graphic design, racing sim / flight sim. And you want it in black? Okay. You want to be able to upgrade your CPU, so it's AMD. Let's restart this. Now, you guys, remember, if you tell me you want a specific system integrator, unless it's like Apex or something, I'm not going to argue with you. You have your reasons why you want it, and that's totally fine. If it's something where like, hey, maybe I have pause for this reason, I'll explain that, but then move on. If you make a request, I respect your request. Budget of 4K is definitely going to get you everything you need. You want to do this at 4K, gaming, graphic design, and racing sim / flight sim. It's a unique combination, so that's good. Let's see what we can do. Now, what aesthetic are you looking for? Are you looking for just the straight up performance front intake, top rear exhaust kind of thing? Or are you wanting a fish tank style case? What do we want? performance. Okay, there we go. Good, good. $7950X3D. X670E-F. 64 gigs of RAM. We'll go all Lean Lee. Now, just so you know, you can add more storage if you want to. Like, or you can put it up to like a 4 terabyte if you want to. But you can also add more storage at checkout as well. There are options there for that. But I'm curious. See, at a $4,000 budget, it would stand to reason that you could do something like a 4090. But yeah, not so much with this, unfortunately. This is a boutique builder. 4080 Super, though, not a problem. Look at that price difference of $1,000. $1,000 between the 4080 Super and the 4090. That's got to be 4090 pricing rearing its ugly head. But I think this also let me see. I'm just going to check this for science. No, it does not change the power supply. But yeah, 4K everything with a 4080 Super, no problem. Now, if you want a 4090 in your system, I can manage a custom system like at Skytech or something, and we can probably fit a 4090 in the budget. However, you then lose the lifetime warranty that you get from Alexander PCs. But that's just if you're like, oh, I want to have a 4090 specifically. Well, okay then, you know. But save that $1,000 because by the end of the year, the 5090 will be launched very likely. Save that $1,000. Why not save $1,000 for a little bit less? Well, a decent amount less performance, but like at the very highest end of gaming. Because this is not just a gaming system. You are still getting 16 gigs of VRAM, so for your content creation endeavors, graphic design endeavors, all that stuff, you're fine. But again, if you're spending $4,000, which by the way, is that your actual max budget? Because it's $4,000 or more. What is the actual max budget for the system? I didn't even ask. Sorry about that. About $4,250. That is very specific, but okay. That's what I was looking for. So the question goes to you. Are you going to prioritize a lifetime warranty over getting the top-end GPU in the year where it's going to be likely be superseded by its successor? Or do you want to save that $1,000 and get this system like this with the 4080 Super, which is a pretty recent card, and still have a lifetime warranty? What do you think? What are you feeling? What are we feeling here? What are we thinking? I'll find you a system with a 4090 if that's what you prioritize. If that's what you want, I totally get it. If you're spending that kind of money on a PC and you could have the top-end current hardware, you probably want the top-end current hardware. And just to, like, for example, the 7950X3D in 3 weeks could be like, oh, this one's 60% faster now. So we could go with a CPU that's like the 7700X and save you $360, and then you can upgrade your CPU in a few months or 6-7 months or something when the BIOSes have been refined a bit and you're not going to deal with early adopter woes. These are all questions that I have. You stated here in your form that you do want to have the ability to upgrade your CPU over time. That doesn't mean you want to do that within a year. So, oh yeah, wait. We're not talking about content. We're talking about graphic design, sim racing, gaming. So video editing is not a part of the I would still go 64 gigs of RAM because if you're doing graphic design with like a million layers, you're going to want some RAM and you want it to be decently fast for sure. And we have that. And for sim racing, you do want a good amount of I/O as well because that's a lot of accessories to plug in. And this board does have that. You don't need to have something like a 4 terabyte drive if you're just doing graphic design and gaming. You're good. Once you do need more storage, you can totally add more storage down the line. And I'll have a video showing you exactly how to do that. Sooner than y'all think, actually. Oh, good. An ad started. All right. I just want to let you know that I have not gotten a single warning from YouTube about my upload or anything at this point since I sort of restarted that stream. So not sure what's going on with that over there in California. Let me know when the ad break is over for you so we can continue. But I think we're pretty much done. Oh, I need to change the fans too. Let's make them all match. Wait, where is that? Oh, actually, we don't have to do that for this case. Nice, because there already are all Lee and Lee fans. Okay, cool. Well, this is a complete system for $36.94. And if you wanted to, we could bring down another $360 by putting in a 7700X. You'll still have 8 cores and 16 threads, which should be fine for what you're doing, actually. You don't need a 7950X 3D. And then when the newer CPUs are out, you can look at one of those down the line and make a solid upgrade, and you have saved money off of your CPU. Plus, this is going to be $50 less with my code. I think this is a great build for what you're doing. And yeah, you're not, when those new CPUs come out, you're not going to be like, oh man, I got the biggest, baddest CPU I could 3 weeks before the new ones were announced. You don't have to worry about that. This is another approach. To be clear, you don't have to wait 100% if you're going to be choosing a lower end CPU to save some money. You will very likely feel okay about your decision to get a PC now, even with new ones coming out, if you didn't get the biggest, baddest one available. I would say that this is a good combination right here. Bam. No problem. Oh yeah, here. Don't forget this. $50 is $50. There you go. Another happy landing. Oh, I'm hoping for a bunch of those coming up, that's for sure. All right, Killer Life 822. What's up? Hello. Now, guys, remember, hold on. Let me bring this down. I just want y'all to remember that Operation Code Braethorn is a great way to support what I do. And it's my favorite thing because it saves you money while also supporting the channel. And you got to use it because
it's free real estate.
That's right. Oh, it's an old meme, but it checks out. Killer Life 822, are you here? Falcon Northwest, have fun. Well, not too much fun. You have to be serious at all times. I'll talk to you soon. Aspire, I'm glad you appreciated that. And all of you guys can do those TTS things and little stream things if you go over to the link tengia.co/Braethorn. It pops up in stream now and then. Costs you some bits, but like that also supports what I do. Basically, affect my stream for $1. There you go. Or 50 cents, depending. I mean, if I think it's 50 cents if you're... No, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Okay, Killer Life 822 not reporting back. Carlito Bandito, are you here? Also, to be clear, I want to be clear about something. There are plenty of options that we do here. Whenever I do something like a Micro Center build, a PC part picker parts list, things like that, I am basically foregoing getting like doing a coupon code thing that saves you money and helps out the channel. That's okay. If it's the best option for you, that's the option we go with. There are several SIs that don't do coupon codes. I've recommended a few Falcon Northwest systems. They don't do anything like that. So it's not about where, only going to places that have coupon codes. It's not about that. It's about what's best for you guys. Okay, cool. Now, looking at what you're doing, you want iBuyPower or CLX. I don't have a code for CLX. In this case, I would probably say iBuyPower, but you're looking at $2,000 budget. Oh, wait, hold on. But also you have Micro Center there, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So which do you want? Do you want to get it from iBuyPower, CLX, or Micro Center? The benefit to going with Micro Center, to be clear, is that if you get the warranty through them, which does cost extra, you can just drive it over to them and they fix it for you. But that does take about $250 away from your budget for parts. In addition to their build fee, which every SI has a build fee baked into the price at some point, here or there. But the other thing is, I also have a special builder with iBuyPower where we have specific options, things like that, really cool stuff. You also said you don't care about upgrading your CPU over time, so that doesn't mean we can't do AMD. It just means we don't automatically assume it's AMD. Aspire, I wouldn't say that. There are some really good deals to be had from CLX. It's just, I feel bad because I've tried to work with CLX on certain stuff, and only a few of the things that I've worked with them on I've been able to publish because certain things don't work out very well. Like when I went to DreamHack last year, I tried to do a video with them, but there was such a delay in getting, and that's because they were like basically running the event PC wise. It was such a delay in getting a PC for me to review while I was there that I didn't really have much time to make content that was any good. And I feel really bad because I hassled them the whole time. Okay, so you don't want to go Micro Center? That's no problem. iBuyPower then? Okay. Back over here for a sec while I bring this up. Here's what I'd like you to do, if possible. Okay? Carlito, please click this link here and follow along with the build as we do it. Sound good? I mean, they're a great PC company. My brother owns one. Nice. Yeah. Oh, there. George over there, he at CLX, he's one of the OGs in the SI business. Really knows his stuff. Well, Carlito, here's the fun thing. With and you want it in black, cool. So with the link I just gave you, that is the link to the pre-built, rebuilt system. The default spec. And we're gonna modify that a bit. We're gonna make it a little bit more appropriate to your use case, which is gaming and music production. Pretty fun stuff there. Okay? But if we go with the same case that is I'm not okay. Well, you can kind of see it. Well, chat's in the way, but it's like right there, basically. If we go with the same case, you'll be able to follow exactly what I do to upgrade it and work within the case, because we're going to be you'll have the same case as a pre-built, rebuilt system. So I think that's, if you're planning on upgrading in the future, like you said, you want to be able to upgrade if possible in the future, that does kind of go against your answer in the form. So we can go AMD just to make sure that you have that, fully have that option. Okay. And I think that we'll be able to put together something really nice for you here. First, let's go through the free stuff, okay? First off, $1 for a Peepo plush. I highly recommend it. That's like a $50 plush, okay? Also, a free t-shirt. Pick your size. I would be XL. Free t-shirt. Go ahead and click that too. And a free height canvas analog mousepad, meaning it's a height canvas without the RGB. It's a free mousepad. Go for it. I mean, it is an anime style mousepad. You might come off a bit as a weeb, but that's never a bad thing in my book. That's a bunch of free stuff. Again, as I mentioned earlier,
It's free real estate.
why wouldn't you? I just like having that. Okay, I like having that whenever I need it. Oh, you know what? Here you go. Oh, you know what? We'll save this for when we're done, actually. We'll save that one for when we're done. I always turn on the music for that one because he is whispering. So this is the case that we're using for pre-built, rebuilt. And I think it is an absolute stunner. I think it's gorgeous. Like, look at that. Look at that. This thing is like begging for B-roll, man. Chris says, I'm learning a lot from you, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. That's amazing. Thanks for everything, man. Very informative and helpful. You're very welcome. Okay. So this is the case. Love the look of this thing. Not gonna lie, I would be pretty jealous not being able to follow pre-built, rebuilt in the same PC case. It's not a necessity. It's just a bonus. Don't worry about that, Crash. Because they don't make this case in white, much to my chagrin, much to my sadness, much to my regrets. They don't make it in white. Now we're going to go up to a 7700X on the CPU. We're going to the next step. We're going 7700X on the CPU. That's going to help you with your music production. The extra cores could come in handy if you're running a lot of stuff at the same time. Also, if that's for RAM as well, we'll get to that when we get to it. Let's bump up the cooler for only... It's $27. We'll go with a 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. This is their new designed one. To be clear, some of the older AIOs from iBuyPower have had some issues, and this right here, that's why I'm excited about them having a newly designed pump and all that stuff. Should fix those problems. Can feel your pain there, Bray. Rip white case. I mean, if you want this build in white, you can totally just choose a white case. There's a couple of H7 Elite, H7 Flow are both options there, or the iBuyPower Height Y40 in white and black. But yeah, I do like the black case. So we picked our cooler. The RAM is a thing for sure. RAM pricing, not great here, but you can choose to go with 64 gigs of RAM, but it's $270. That is more than buying the kit by itself. Leave the RAM as it is, and if you find that you need more memory down the line, get yourself a 64 gig kit. It's going to cost less than this $270 upgrade right here, or about the same, without you losing the RAM that this would have come with. Now, what are you using here? You're doing 1440p, and you're just doing the gaming and music production. So the 7800 XT, I'm telling you, would be fine for what you're doing. That's the wrong window there. We're going to close that and bring that over here. There we go. I wish they had the 7900 GRE. That would be awesome to have here, but I don't see it as an option. But unless you really, really care about ray tracing. But if you go to watch the unboxing stream where I unboxed this PC, the 7800 XT did amazingly in Cyberpunk with ray tracing on and FSR. It did really good. It was bouncing against the 144 FPS limit that I have on my capture card. That's nuts. They've come a long way. I followed and I'm at 1793. Oh, well, that's because you might not have chosen to get the Peepo plush. That's $1. So there you go. Not worried about ray tracing? Then you're already good. Now, here's the thing. All right, my code, this name right here, is going to get you 5% off on this system. That is not a small number. That's a lot for this. So you're going to get 5% off. So we could go up to like a 7900 XT, but it's not really necessary here. I feel like it's not really necessary. But one thing that I would do, because you're going to be connecting a lot of stuff to this, even though it doesn't match the black colorway of the system, this motherboard here is my favorite option. It is $19 more. And look at this. Oh, sorry. Here you go. Look at this amazing IO right here. Look at that IO for 19 bucks. Because with music production, you're going to have MIDI instruments, you're going to have an audio interface, you might have other USB peripherals as well. So having this right here, super sick for $19 extra. Does it match the colorway perfectly? No, not really. That's okay though. It'll look sick. It's a nice little color contrast, a nice little color accent in there. Yeah, remember guys, I/O is a reality of the quality of experience you have with your PC. You need to have as much I/O as you need, plus extra. You don't want to just get the minimum amount you need, because are you going to stop buying USB devices for the rest of your life? Probably not. All right, let's go with the Seasonic Focus V3 GX850. We're going up 100 watts and going from the Be Quiet one to the Seasonic power supply for $3. I love that. Oh no, y'all gotta stop doing this. Oh man, that is tough. So, though I would put you on a faster SSD, the Western Digital Blue SN850 is not a bad SSD. The performance I got out of it was incredibly consistent when transferring large files. And it is a free upgrade from 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes. Do I need to do it again? I will do the meme again.
It's free real estate.
Until it gets old, I will do that. Which might have already happened, if I'm being honest. Carlito, do not put your PC on the floor. At least get a little platform for it. There are ones with wheels that you can get that'll keep it off of your carpet or floor and help it get better airflow underneath, which is where your power supply gets air from, and help keep it off of the dust that'll settle on the floor. Crash gets it. There you go, Crash. I have multiple Samsung external SSDs, if that makes a difference. Well, with this motherboard, you actually have if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check this. I think it's 4 M.2 sockets on this thing. 4 M.2 sockets on this motherboard, okay? And to be clear, a lot of PCIe expansion slots too, which is great for a music production PC if you put internal sound cards and stuff in there, okay? This is a great motherboard for what you're doing. MSI knocked it out of the park with this thing. Now, we're not as far above the power supply requirements as I would usually go. You can drop another $50 and get a 1000-watt Seasonic power supply, which would then give you more room for GPU upgrades down the line, things like that. This is the Seasonic Focus V3 GX 1000 for $52 more. It's the same power supply, but upgraded to 1000 watts. That is a $52 upgrade. You can totally justify that if you want. But let me see, looking at that, make sure we select this. Make sure that in the storage, you don't leave it on the 1 terabyte. Select the 2 terabyte for $0. Okay? Vienna steel wire rack about 2 inches above the floor. Very good. That works for me. Now, here's what we're going to do. We already went with, let's go ahead and go with the 1000-watt power supply, the 1000-watt Seasonic Focus V3 GX 1000. Okay. And then we'll go to the video card. We're going to try this out. I want to see what this comes out to. And we're going to go 7900 XT. That's going to get you 4 extra gigs of VRAM. Not really something you need, but we're going to do that. Okay. Go with the 7900 XT. Okay. And then we're going to add this to cart. This will give you a message saying, hey, just so you know, it's going to ship with the GPU uninstalled, and all you need is a screwdriver. They gave you instructions on how to plug in your GPU, get it powered up, all that stuff, okay? Just be sure to follow those instructions. Okay. And then we review cart, and we go here, and we put in code Breathorn, and it makes it $18 above budget with a pretty solid step up in the GPU, a step up in the CPU, big upgrade on the power supply, upgrade on the AIO, upgrade on the motherboard, upgrade on the storage. $2,018.75. You're welcome.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
I was saving that one. I'm just using those because it hasn't really taken off with you guys yet. But can we just say, like, can we just acknowledge how actually awesome this builder is? I know that the starting price being around $1,700 is not great, but the upgrades you can do are so good. Like, that is why I wanted to do the easy builder rather than a ready system. Hey, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Welcome to the swarm. That's it. You're stuck here now. So if you enjoyed this, think about it. You can hang out and watch me do this for a bunch of people and roast some of them too, because it's fun and it helps. It's part of the. It's like a rite of passage. Let's go back to edit, and then I can get you a link. Oh, you don't need a link. You already have your build. You're good. You're already done. You do need to type in code Breathorn, though. I'm going to make a link so I have it for the form, though. Now, don't feel bad about the fact that new AMD CPUs are coming out because you're getting the 7700X. It is not a super expensive CPU. It's 8 cores, 16 threads, and you have room to upgrade that after the new one comes out. No problemo. Okay, they have enough plushies. All right, all right. The plushie wasn't for the kids though. That was for you, but it's okay. Look, don't feel bad about like ever wanting something like that. Doesn't matter what age you are. Fun stuff is fun stuff. IMO. I'm mostly talking to myself when I say that, by the way. And that's okay too. All right, we're going to do one more. One more tonight. Uno más. Yeah. Peepo plush went out of stock during you making this. How sad. Takashumi, that is really sad. But hey, now there you go. Yeah, Crash, it's from Zoolander. Great movie, to be honest. I've been watching YouTube vids through this whole process, which has been like 6 months in the making, and I really appreciate the help. Thank you. You're welcome. I mean, it's a big investment to make. And the process is not done, because I'm going to also help you out throughout making upgrades to the system if you want to. If you want that help, if you want to do that, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to be concerned about whether you'll have the right tools for the job, whether you'll have the right knowledge for the job. I won't provide you with the tools, but you don't need many, but I will provide you with the knowledge. Okay, so we have gone through all the people who previously stated that they're on the list. It is now time for someone to come forward. Guys, if you're on the list and you're waiting for help, come forward and say my name, type my name. You can type the @ symbol first, and once you start typing BRAE, it'll bring up the rest. And you click on that, and then type I'm on the list in that same chat, please. Carlito, I do try. I try. I do what I can. I'm a very tired old PC nerd, and we got to pass on our whatever. Half of the reason for gaining knowledge is to share it. That's how I feel. Remember what I said. We're doing one more. Anyone I don't help out tonight, come back on Thursday. You'll be getting help then. We've already done 5 builds tonight. 5? Is 5 right? 5. Yes, 5 builds tonight. My hard cutoff time is usually around midnight Central Time. Yes, Chris, I did see it. Also, I saw, not only did you say that twice, you also filled out the form twice, because this is you, and it looks as though this is also you. Did you fill out the form twice? You don't need to do that. It's not actually supposed to allow you to do that. Don't know how y'all are doing this. So far, looks like the person I'm going to be helping is SJoe B89. Now, I hope that for those of you who don't get help right away, I hope you have found value in hanging out regardless. Because the point is not for me to only tell you, here's what you should buy. The point is to acclimate you to the process of thinking your way through this investment, okay? Because it is an investment, to be clear. Buying a PC is not a cheap endeavor, regardless of what your budget is, whether it's $800 or $8,000. It doesn't matter. It's a lot of money to you. And the point is to get you to a place where you feel confident making your purchase, because it's so easy to feel unconfident. That's a word. It's a word now. When it comes to having to navigate your way through the landscape of PCs when you're brand new to it. I don't want you to feel unsure. I want you to feel certain about your decision. Make an informed decision And these streams are for that purpose. Really, the YouTube content is more aimed at that purpose. But if the YouTube content's not enough, I can help guide you in the right direction. It's free. It's fun. This is honestly one of my favorite things that I do. And I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm not going to be doing these streams before when we're getting really, really close to Computex. But I'm going to have a lot of work to do before Computex. So not only is it going to be less useful with Computex like a week away or whatever, but I have so much prep work to do. And I know it sucks to disrupt a schedule for 3 weeks because it's going to be the week before Computex. I'm not going to do these streams. And then I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. I'm going to miss you guys. But I'll see what kind of live streaming I can do, especially if I get to go to like Open Sauce. I would like to do an IRL stream from there. That'd be fun. Maybe I'll bug. Maybe I can bug Duty Beard to like come up with his IRL streaming kit. That'd be fun. Chris, I'm happy to help out. So SJO B89, it is your turn, and here's what you need to do. You listed your budget as being at the... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's my gaming stream setup. Okay, you listed your budget as being less than 1,000. So what is the actual full budget for your system? Max budget for your system? Oh boy. All right, I'm going to tell you something right now. I have gone over this before with you guys, but you might not have been here when I went over this. Now, gaming, streaming, content creation / video editing. Each of these use cases could be a PC all by itself. And the more things you add into one PC, generally to get a good experience with each of those use cases, you need to raise your budget, right? Well, that's not always possible. You can't just like money, right? You can't just do that. So here's how I like to explain it. Right? Let's go to full screen for this. Okay, so right here, you've got your budget. And here you have your expectations for what your PC will be able to do well. If your budget is higher than your expectations, obviously, you're fine. If your budget and expectations are even, you're also fine. If your budget's here and your expectations are here, though, either one needs to come up, the budget needs to come up, or the expectations need to come down. Okay? That's not easy to do. Neither of those things is easy to do. So what you do instead, well, I mean, you basically, if you bring your expectations down and say, all right, I'm going to get this PC, it's going to be my foundation. It's going to be the foundation for what I'm going to do. And over time, you can then upgrade it, this part here. Okay, I'm not going to get all the RAM I need for video editing just yet. I'm going to get this RAM that this system comes with, and then we'll upgrade it. Cool. Or, you know what? I'm getting a motherboard that doesn't have a ton of IO, but once I get the PC, I could then put in a USB PCIe add-in card. And then this is a small one. There's bigger ones. This is for low profile. Then you can add in more USB ports that are directly communicating through PCIe lanes. Bam. That is the beauty of a PC. It is a blank canvas. Braxton says, nice jacket, bro. Thank you. I feel a little weird wearing it when I'm constantly recommending Intel, AMD because it's an Intel jacket. But it is a sweet jacket. I really like it. It's a lot flashier than I am usually as a person, but yeah. So 1,300 is the budget. All right. Now, generally, it's a little difficult to do a custom system at that price unless you're building it yourself. I will say this. If you do build a system yourself, you can usually get more for your money. That's not an unknown. Everybody does know that. Most people, even if you're just getting into this, it should be pretty obvious that you're paying, part of what you're paying for is for the PC to be built and warrantied for you. But what I think we can do is we can get you a good foundational system from Skytech, very likely. Skytech would be a good option for this because they have a lot of SKUs around this price point. And then we're going to see what we can do. But then over time, you can upgrade it to be even more better. Cart says the PC is no longer available. Could you send me the link you have? All right. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's not working for me either. All right, give me a second. S. Joe, give me a minute. With the new series, pre-built, rebuilt, high org chaos. Yes. Look, you see that right there? Production is happening, okay? It's a big old green screen. All right, 1 second. Let me bring this back up. All right. Oh, yeah, the Peepo did sell out. You're all right about that. Anyway, I'll at least grab you the free mouse pad. 7700X. Cooling on a 360. Okay, memory we left alone. Remember that I do recommend upgrading your memory over time, all right? Get that 64 gigs if you find that it's necessary for what you're doing. You'll have a better price that way. 7900 XT. That $19 goated motherboard upgrade, 1000 watt Seasonic power supply, and the storage upgrade. Let me know if this link works for you. Carlito Bandito. Por favor. I don't know how to say link in Spanish. But, por favor, llegar si este link. If it works. Let me know if it works. My Spanish is terrible, all right? And I don't know if that's presumptuous of me with your name being Carlito, if you speak Spanish or not. That might be presumptuous of me, and I do apologize. But I don't get to use my Spanish speaking skills at all anymore. It really sucks. Perfect. There you go. And hey, you still get your free Weeb mouse pad, which I'm totally about anime, so it doesn't bother me. Also, I think it's a VTuber. But it's a free mouse pad regardless. I see nothing wrong here. I had to clarify because it sounded like I said weed mouse pad. It's not a weed mouse pad. It's weeb, as in someone who is an anime enjoyer. It's also, yeah. Anyways, we'll finish schoolwork for tonight only because MindTap will not open for me. Oh boy, that'll take care of it for you. Yeah. Oh, well. I'm going to shift over in just a second. Give me a second. Just need a second. Cool thing about girlfriend, in my opinion, she can speak English and Spanish. Being, multilingual is very, very cool. It really is. All right, let me just get this sorted here and we will swap over. So just checking, you want the system to be in white. Let's see what we get. 7700X, 7600, that is upside down, but all these F SKUs. Oh, okay. F SKU, that sucks because that would have been great. We'll still take a look at it. Okay. So here's an option here. AMD Ryzen 5 7600X. You mentioned in here that you do want to have the option of upgrading your CPU over time. With that, you're going to have full upgradability to any AMD 9000 series CPU that are going to be announced in a few weeks. This comes with a 4060, so that's going to leave room for improvement on the GPU side of things as well, which is fine. But 1080p gaming, not a problem. And you're looking at 1080p. So there's that. 32 gigs of DDR5, though. That's nice, regardless of the frequency. It is nice to have that capacity because when it comes to video editing, I'm zoomed in. Sorry, I was zoomed in. I didn't mean to do that. But when it comes to video editing, capacity is king. Not frequency, not how fast it is, not latency. Capacity is what's important when it comes to video editing. 650 watt, 80 plus gold power supply is not super great because if you're going to upgrade your GPU, you're going to probably need to upgrade your power supply too. Don't worry, I'll have videos on that as well. But you do get a 1 terabyte M.2 drive, which is nice. Full size B650 motherboard is good. We don't know which one it is. If it's not enough I/O for streaming, remember, you just add that in post. Little video editing joke for you. Okay, the next option, the Archangel 4. A little better airflow on this one for sure, even some underglow if you're feeling that. But this one is also 7600X, so full upgradability to 9000 series Ryzen CPUs in the future. This one comes with a 4060 Ti, 32 gigs DDR5, a 600 watt power supply. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. They recommend a 550 watt power supply for the 4060 Ti. So, all right. Okay, Skytech. All right. 1 terabyte NVMe drive and a full-size B650 motherboard as well. And then this one shows that it's $1349, but you do get a discount code SWARM. That is SWARM. That should take like $30 off of it, get it really close to that $1,300 price point, and shipping is free. So you can take out the consideration for shipping costs and apply that to the value of your system instead. And the Archangel. This one's different, but hear me out. Same case, same high airflow, all that. What you're getting here is a 13400F processor. And yeah, F's in chat for the F SKU in the processor. That does kind of suck because you can't get Intel QuickSync with video editing, but you could totally upgrade that to a 14600K or 14400. Not really much of an upgrade going to 14th gen, but then you would get QuickSync. But you can put a K-SKU processor in a non-Z series motherboard. What do I mean by that? Well, this is not a Z790 motherboard or a Z690 motherboard. So it's appropriate because they don't have a 13600K or 13700K or 14700K or whatever. If it doesn't have a K-SKU, it can't really be overclocked. So a B series motherboard like the B660 here is totally appropriate for it. But if in the future you upgraded to a 14700K, you wouldn't have the overclocking capabilities, but you'd still have 20 cores. So there's some upgradability here. But the big change here is in the GPU. This is let me zoom in some here. This is a 4070 Super. That is a big upgrade it's basically 2 steps over the 4060 Ti, 3 steps over the 4060, because it's a step above the 4070. 1 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe drive, 650 watt, 80 plus gold power supply, full-size B660 motherboard, and a tower cooler. Whereas these, I think, come with tower cooler. Okay. Tower cooler. Okay. They all have the tower cooler. Fine. Which is fine for these CPUs. And 32 gigs of, here's the caveat, the big caveat here, DDR4 instead of 5. The savings from doing that, getting a DDR4 motherboard and DDR4 RAM, is what allows for the 4070 Super at $1,379. And this is still a 10-core CPU. 13400F is 6 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores. So you got a decision to make here. You're going to have way more upgradability going with a 7600X CPU. Okay, the only thing you can upgrade the Intel one to is already existing CPUs. All right, and there are two solid systems here with a 7600X. This one, I think, is the better option with the 4060 Ti, 16 gig. Now, what does that matter? Well, VRAM can come in handy when you're doing content creation, so that adds to the cost, but it's not as absurdly expensive as the 16 gig was when it first came out. Thank you for the F in chat. Appreciate it. My LAN computer has a 14600K with a B series board, only because I don't care about overclocking it. That works for me. Brubawill87 says, another SI to check out Seattle built. I have checked out Seattle built PCs. I wasn't a huge fan of their pre-configured systems. I thought that there was some room for improvement there. Otherwise, I like the vibe of the company. It's pretty good. They did one thing that bothered me on Twitter. Good Lord, right? Like that's such a ridiculous thing to say. But they were talking about how, because they're a smaller company, you don't have to upfront pay taxes for their systems. So they were calling their systems tax-free. I had to come in and say, actually, actually, the buyer still has to pay taxes when their income tax comes around. For buying a tax-free product, they still have to pay sales tax. It's just not right away. So claiming it as a tax-free product, not really kosher. And they're like, okay, that's true. What's the GPU in the third system, Igor? It's a 4070 Super. Definitely interested in the AMD path for upgrades. Sweet. I would say this one then. Now let's see what this comes out to with my coupon code SWARM. All right. And don't forget the free shipping as well. That is really nice. We're adding that to cart, and we will wait until that's done. Okay. Enter code SWARM, and you have free shipping too. Yes. That's going to bring the price down by $40. It is now $9 above budget at $13.09 and 49 cents. I think this is pretty awesome. Doesn't Skytech have a great warranty as well? Skytech gives you a 1-year parts, labor, and shipping warranty. Most companies do not include shipping in that. So that is pretty awesome. But it is 1 year. You can usually extend that. There are generally options for that, but I don't see them here. So I don't know where that is for the pre-configured systems. But that would cost you to extend your warranty. But yeah, $9 above budget using code SWARM. Not too shabby. Yeah, I don't see a way to add to the warranty. You might want to contact them and see if that's an option. But I will say this. I believe that if you complete the registration, that there's a link for it on the desktop when you get the PC. I think they add another year of warranty for that. So be sure to do that. I could be wrong, but it's been a little while since I talked about it. Let me shorten that URL for you because it's kind of ridiculous. Also have to put my reference thing in there, but you're going to use the coupon code anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Don't forget that. That's what gets it close to budget. Code SWARM, $40 off your system. That doesn't seem like a lot. I know the discount scales with the price of the system, and $1,300, $1,350 is a pretty reasonable price for a PC like this one. Remember though, if you get your PC and it has like 5 or 6 USB ports on the back, and you're like, I got to stream on this thing, just add a PCIe add-in card, and you'll be able to get that direct to your PCIe lanes. Great communication that way. There you go. I think this was a good stream. I think we were successful in our endeavors. I hope you all agree. No problem, S. Joe. Remember, you can always post the system in the rigs channel in the Discord once you get it. Let us know how it all turned out. See my lemonade popping up there on stream. Okay, how many people we got watching on Twitch right now? Should we do a raid? We got 30 viewers? Yeah, let's do a raid. That's right. So don't leave. Do not leave. It drives me crazy when I'm like, all right, guys, we're going to raid somebody. And everyone's like, not me, loser. I'm like, hey, come on along for the ride. It'll be fun. Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs. Yo, Braxton, thank you for the... Oh, hold on. Am I zoomed in? Braxton 1823 just gifted 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Let's go, nerds. That is a tier 1 sub for Dozilla, That Girl Ariel, Dark Revan 3891, Guju Viper, and Space Main Spiff. Welcome to the swarm. Okay. Let's go ahead and I know I've been rating these guys a few times, but they've also been rating me and they're really nice people. We're going to go ahead and raid Mired Media. I'm going to be hanging out with this dude over at Computex pretty soon. And Jacob's just a really, really solid guy. So let's do that. Let's do this first. Here we go. Friendship. Looks like they're playing Gray Zone Warfare. Pretty cool.
What's up? How you doing?
Let's drop this raid, guys. Come along with me. Come along for the ride. Those in YouTube who want to come hang. Oh, hey. Thank you for the re-upping your membership, Jeff. Appreciate that. That's okay. If you're on the road, I don't want you to be distracted.
Put that on there. All right, we'll take that one. Put some ammo all over it.
All right, guys. Let's go raid. And remember, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to say one positive or just one nice thing to the streamer, even if you're going to be leaving. And drop a follow, too. Mired Media is really cool.
We're going to need some bandages. Most important thing, bandages. Actually, I don't need to take 2.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate y'all so much. I will see you on Thursday. And I know that there's no SI Weekly episode this week. Just keep an eye out. Content is coming. It's going to be awesome stuff. And I hope you guys really like it. But that is going to be it for tonight. Until the next one. Take care.
Let's go, nerds!